everybody? I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, get your duffel bag of cash ready, ladies and gentlemen, over the next 12 months, because you're going to need it. And also, why? Because the Federal Reserve is going to help you out. That's right. You guys might not have heard the news. We're going to talk about it tonight. And of course, we have solutions. We have ways where you're going to get that FF financial freedom papers, ladies and gentlemen, with a few more things sprinkled in, because it's all about the next 12 months to 16 months. It's going to be wealth building time, and I'm excited. And make sure you have that revenue coming in, those extra streams of income coming in any way necessary, passive income, residual income, you name it. Make sure you're stacking, because liabilities, which are homes, cars, everything that's worthless that people have always paid for, are going to be worth a lot less. And welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here on the Friday night, the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Now, please round up your friends. Tell them to come over here to the SSN Nation or share the videos so we can help other people, because a lot of people are out here working 9 to 5, as they say, working hard. They don't know what's coming. They see the items and information on the news, and they're sitting there blissfully working, not realizing the inflation numbers have stayed nearly the same. So therefore, the Federal Reserve is going to have to increase their interest rate. And I don't know if it's just going to be 0.75. It's all going to be based on Wall Street. But this is good for you. This is good for us, the OCs, ordinary citizens. And you guys know why. Because that means they're going to raise the federal funds rate. That's what that means. Because housing prices, therefore, have to continue to fall down, just as we predicted over a year ago. And you guys are here for it. So I want to thank you so much. And again, smash the like button. That's so everybody knows that we're in the house. I'm sorry I came a little bit late tonight. I was working on some other things as well. Multitasking, as they say. So again, let me see who's in the house. And please let me know if you saw the trailer and if you received the YouTube notification. That would be greatly appreciated. Look who's here in the house. Laverne Penix is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here in the house with the icon next to his name. That means he's a member of the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Not only is he a subscriber, he's also a member. Thank you for that. And he says his tagline, hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. Today was a bloodbath in the market. I received all notifications. Thank you so much. And yes, Laverne Penix, a.k.a. Mr. Cool, you are seeing exactly 1929 happening all over again. Get your hopes up so you can put some more money in. But then they pull the rug from underneath your feet, and you find yourself with Tesla not at 300 anymore, not at 260, not at 250, not at 240. Can it be closer to 200 now? Remember what we talked about just 3 short months ago. Why bother with dollar cost averaging down when you can just wait for the bottom to occur? Now, I know, don't misconstrue what I'm saying. Nobody can predict the bottom. But we can predict it's like 1929, a few up days, so they get you to buy in because you're thinking, oh, it's over. It's good to go back into the shark-infested waters. Meanwhile, those guys are selling their stocks. And then they say, well, we're not buying up any more of them stocks, so we have the bottom fall out once again. Again, those of you, if you want to short the market and you're saying, I don't know how to short the market, you could buy SQQQ, for instance, SDOW, that's short NASDAQ, short the Dow, or you can use VIX products, UVXY or VIXY. Yeah, they're like 50, 60% year to date positive. Remember what we were talking about 6-7 months ago when I kept saying, get your short ETFs, get them in play. And what can we say? I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a stock guru, but damn, we're getting it right. So let's see who else is in the house. Mr. Cool's here. Thank you once again. One person that received a notification and trailer. Jawway J once again is in the house. Thank you so much for being here on the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. And he says, good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. Good evening to you. I hope you're doing well. Also, I appreciate it. Maria Barnes is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. And she says, hello, Eric and SSN family. Her tagline, I hope everyone is doing well. I got the notification and trailer. That's 2 people. And I'm loving the notification and trailer. Will we ever get out of the doghouse? I doubt it, because we're here to help people. That's the difference, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of other people are saying, hey, go sign up for my course and use the discount code. Yeah, I know there's not a discount code here and there's no course here, ladies and gentlemen. We're giving you the facts and that's it. We're trying to help you navigate through this financial system because, yeah, they try to scare you. They use these big words. They try to use fake words like there's transitory inflation, but we don't play those games. We already know what time it is. All right, Maria Barnes is also known as AKA Mrs. Cool. She's in the house tonight. So thank you again, Maria Barnes, for being here. Appreciate your support. Victor Marrero, he's about to be on the island, man. Thank you so much for being here on the SSN Nation Friday night live stream and with the icon next to his name as well. Thank you so much. And he says it's official. Good for those getting Social Security benefits. A nice jump of 5.7% starting in January. Other government pensions also going up 8.7%. Victor Marrero, he's on top of it, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, I had this already queued up, ready to roll tonight with talking about this. And so this is a good time to put it on the screen. Good time to put it on the screen because he brought it up. See, Victor Marrero is staying on top of it, ladies and gentlemen. He's not sleeping. He's paying attention to what's going to happen down the road because you want to be able to make plans. That's why the Federal Reserve, this is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. There's always a silver lining. When things mess up, and you guys know I've talked about this several times, and I see I got a background issue here. Hold on a second. I have the black background. We got to change that to the SSN lifestyle background. All right. Now, let's get to business here. Now, what I'm saying is you guys have heard me talk about this for 4 years. The top 10 percenters mess up because they're greedy. And here's the messing up coming in the next 12 to 18 months. That's what's going to happen. So that's all you have to think about. And this is the kind of benefits that are going to occur because they're going to have to raise the interest rate in November. Wait a minute. They might have to raise the interest rates in October. They're going to raise the interest rates maybe twice before we get to 2023 because this 8.3% or 8.2% inflationary number, as you guys already know, here in the SSN Nation, it's always been 20%. It's not like it's going to go down to 5 or 3 or 2% anytime soon. These guys are half the number. So they keep doing half the number. They keep doing the half-ass stuff. We get to take advantage. 8.7% for your Medicare, medical pensions are going to go up, just like Victor Marrero said, in case you missed it, ladies and gentlemen. That also means all of those who like those, Victor Marrero mentioned this 2 weeks ago. I'm going to get off this screen because not everybody qualifies for the Social Security benefits, but Some do. Some did early retirement. Some are in their 60, 58, 59, 60, 62, 67, 70. You're in there, Social Security, getting those benefits. Almost a 9% increase, sorely needed. I love it. I love it, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the benefits when they mess up that helps the people. All right. And it's going to go up the following year as well. So stay tuned for that. That's pretty cool, right? Now, Victor Marrero was mentioning, and now I lost my train of thought. But anyhow, Victor Marrero mentioned I bonds. That's what we're getting to. In fact, those are going to go up as well. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, they are short term. Well, you can make them short term or you can just hold them. They're liquid after 6 months. So, but how about 9.62% and rising? Because after the Federal Reserve raise the interest rates, it's going to be 10%, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be 10%. Here we go. At the end of the month, they're going to change it up. So you know what's going to happen. It's going to be over 10%. This is a treasury bond. This means this is one of the safest items that you can get. So if you believe inflation is 8.2 or 9.3 or whatever they're telling you, it doesn't matter. 10% is better than 1% on your money, isn't it? And there's no difference. The bank is using your money and putting them in these, getting the difference. 9% annually. Start doing the numbers. They have millions of dollars where people, well, billions of dollars that people leave in the bank. And then they go down and buy $1 billion or $2 billion of these treasury I bonds. And so they give you 1%. Meanwhile, they take the 9%. 9% on $1 billion is a hell of a lot more than 1% on 20,000. You see where I'm going with this, ladies and gentlemen. They're using your money. So when you go to the bank and say, hey, I need $20,000, they're looking at you like you're crazy. What do you need this money for? You guys know how this works. Now, before I get into this, down below in the description. All right. This is safe, ladies and gentlemen. This is about the safest that you can be. All right. This is not dividend funds, which they could cut it if their stocks go wacky or go down. This is the safest. This is why you go to, well, you see it on the screen, right? treasurydirect.gov. In fact, I'm going to put in the chat room so everybody, if you wanted to go get the bond, check it out. All right. Just wait. Actually, wait till, well, we got 2 weeks. So you can be patient. But if you want to get 9.62, that's what you'll get. But if you wait a week, it'll be a probably 10.15 or something like that. All I'm saying. But that won't matter that much. So you can get in now and lock it in. That's all I'm saying. So those are the type of things that we have to think about. If you want to get wealthy, this is a start. Some people go, Eric, I only have a couple $100. Okay, it's a couple $100. It's better than buying gold and silver. Let's get real. All right. So let's talk about that, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's keep moving along because Victor Marrero, he came up with it first. And like I said, this is a subject matter that we're going to talk about because we're trying to help you here, ladies and gentlemen. And then we have to talk business as well. There's just more than one way. Start your own business when there's a bad economy. Because people are looking for many, many different ways to do things cheaper. So anything that you can help people that expedites and makes it less time consuming, less cost. If that's the type of business that you're going to be in, then you need to start it now. All right. Now is the good time to do it. And if you're going to use that and you don't want to give out your home address, I highly advise using Opus Virtual Office. I have the link down below for Opus Virtual Office. You have a business phone number, a business fax number, a person that'll answer your phone directly and then transfer it to you. You're in 411 because you're with them. It's in a commercial location around the United States. So if you ever need another office and you're in another city, you can pay them like $25 to use their offices. Those are the type of things that we're thinking about here. All right. This is SSN Nation. Stop struggling now, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's see who else is in the house. Robbie D is here. DJ Robbie D is in the house with the solutions. part of the SSN Nation with the icon next to his name. And welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. And again, he has the icon. I love it. He says, hello, SSN Nation. Let's get these nuggets. That's right. The nuggets are in the house. They're arriving so far. Opus Virtual Office is a virtual address, so you are safe from these hoodlums, from the people that are just crazy. They're not going to be showing up at your house, at least. Just protect yourself and actually be able to apply for credit because it's a commercial address for your business. So now instead of having personal credit, you'll have business credit as well. Think ahead of the game, ladies and gentlemen, because down the line, you could start building your business credit now. I'm not saying borrow or anything like that, but in 2 years, year and a half, when the Federal Reserve starts ticking down that federal fund rate again, loans will start becoming more available for businesses, especially mom and pops. And then you'll be able to pounce and take advantage. All right. Right now, they're constricting loans. So do not be surprised when the banks are shouting from the rooftops, oh, you got to save us. We need some money. Don't be surprised about that, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Thank you for being here, DJ Robbie D. Very, very nice to see you with the solutions. I added a little change. All right. James Way is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. And he has the icon next to his name as well for the support. Thank you so much for being in the house tonight. Rent is too damn high, people. Good evening, all. That's right. And if you live in Florida, rent's about to get a lot higher because of all that hurricane damage. You know how it works, supply and demand. And you know in Florida, a lot of these corporations, they actually own these projects, these apartment buildings, some homes. And they're not letting people off the hook because they know they're getting some FEMA money potentially. So they're still saying, okay, $3,000 a month for even apartments or houses. They don't care, showing no love. And this is another reason why you have to get your duffel bag of cash ready. You never know when the ATMs won't be spitting out money. You never know. I'm just saying, it's already happening. You guys stay awake out here. It's already happening. You never know when you go to this grocery store and some food aisles are missing some food on them. You never know what's going to happen around here. This is a precarious situation because, again, if you're new here, this is 1929 to 1930 all over again. All right? This is what's going down right now. And again, you guys might be saying these doomsday, but so far I've been right this year. I'm just saying. And the numbers don't lie. And I don't even know how the Federal Reserve can't do jack crap. They've done enough damage over the last 13 years. They cannot just increase their federal funds rate to get us out of this. They got their friends billions of dollars, trillions of dollars from being able to borrow, being able to buy back their shares of stock and borrow at 0.1% or 2% or 0%. And then they can go out here and buy whatever they want, outbid you for homes. All right. But on the way down, now that there's inflation, they cannot get out of it and they do not create jobs. So there is no way. All they can do is increase interest rates and then go, see, we fixed it. No, they didn't fix anything because they're still printing money. But again, this is all good, ladies and gentlemen. This is not bad. Although it sounds like I'm complaining, which I am, the point of the matter is for us, the OCs, we get to win. This is your time. You're the CEO of your life, ladies and gentlemen. And James Way, thank you so much for being here once again. I appreciate it. With the icon. And again, thank you so much. DJ Robbie D Solution says, I got the notification. Thank you. I appreciate that. But James Way, sadly, we're up to 4 people that received notification, but James Way wasn't one of them. This is how they do us, ladies and gentlemen. Even a person that has the icon, a member of the channel, he doesn't receive notifications. You see how they do us? That's why you need to share these videos, because a lot of people are sitting there going, hey, I've got to listen to this guy. I've got to listen to this guy. Well, I think it's time you come over here to the SSN Nation and start listening, ladies and gentlemen, because you're going to be left behind. But everybody else who's here, they're going to be a leg up, and they're already up. In fact, I have something to show you guys shortly. But here's what I want to get into down below in the description. Make sure you start your office, get that Opus Virtual Office. Do not play around. You get businesses started in the worst of economic times, and you might not understand, because in the worst of times, if you're able to put things in order, when things start getting better, then people have money to spend. So as long as you have everything in place, you'll be able to grow a different way, because people will be able to afford your products or services. So that's why, and you just can't start a business overnight. It sometimes takes years. So it could take you a year and a half, 2 years. So you might as well start your journey right now. How many of you saw the social media post about Colonel Sanders, Kentucky Fried Chicken? 65 years old when he started that. After all his trials and tribulations and other businesses he started, he finally hit payday at 65. He didn't give up. He said, I'm going to keep trying. This is what's going to happen right now, ladies and gentlemen, because from 1929 to 1932, a lot of people got destroyed. So they had to turn around and say, you know what, I better pull myself up by my bootstraps. Well, guess what? You can do it, ladies and gentlemen. And there's help along the way. So stay tuned. You're at the right place. Now, I just want to congratulate everybody. First of all, I want to congratulate everybody because, again, we have to go to Vista Cana. In fact, Panorama Lake, apparently, they have finally released their model unit. They're almost ready. They're finally released their model unit, and I have it right here. In fact, some people might have seen it on the story. Some people might have seen it on IG. Some people might have seen it on even TikTok. But I'm going to show it tonight because some other people haven't. Victor Morrell says bloodbath is an understatement, down over 25% this year. If this continues, we will owe the market. Get your credit cards ready. Exactly, Victor Morrell. This is exactly what I'm trying to say. This should be a rejoicing, ladies and gentlemen. You're able to buy stocks at lows, 52-week lows. In fact, because of Mr. Cool, and he was looking at Tesla. Let's go see what's been happening with Tesla, shall we? Remember 2 months ago, Mr. Cool, when I was like, is there really a reason to buy these stocks? Be patient. Let's see what happens. And now look, $100 less than when it was 304. All of a sudden, it's 204, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe that? I am in shock. I'm not really in shock. What can I say? I'm not in shock. It's 1929, 1930 all over again. So once again, look at this. Mr. Cool, $100 drop. And think about it. Is there really a reason to sit there and buy any stock right now? Why bail out these top 10 percenters? In case you're new here, I got to give the stat. I know you guys have heard this over and over. The top 10% of the wealthiest own 89% of the stock market. Now you see why the federal government always tries to prop up the stock market. They don't want their friends, the ones that give them donations and overpays for labor and stuff like that, for doing work at their homes and things of that nature. They don't want them to lose money. So they always have to prop it up until they can't. And we're in the midst of till they can't right now. Look at this, $204.99. How about that, Mr. Cool? That duffel bag of cash is looking a lot better because at $100 more, it's almost like a 3-to-1. You could have spent $900 for 3 shares. Now the $900, well, it's not 3-to-1. Now the $900 buys 4.5. So we get 1.5 more for every 3 we buy. I like that. That's significant when you're talking about a stock that potentially, after things come out of this funk, could be back up to $500, $600, $700, $800. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. There's no need to rush or need to panic about any stock right now. I know the dollar cost average gurus are out here, but I'm not one of the gurus. I'm the guy that's reasonable and sensible. It has nothing to do with telling you to do dollar cost average, because I'm here to help you make money. I'm not the guru who's sitting there who has vested interest to make sure you buy stocks. You follow what I'm saying? The guys that you see on TV, they have funds. They have reasons to tell you, hey, man, the market went down. Buy some more stocks. They want to stop the bleeding. I'm like, hey, everybody, let them suckers bleed. Don't come bail them out. Let it bleed. Let it come on down, so then you can get, hey, this is going to be under 204 probably next week sometime, because the Federal Reserve is going to increase interest rates sometime in the next, whether if it's not next week, it's going to be 2 weeks later. So either way, it's going down in 3 weeks. So just keep that in mind. And yes, I have a big smile on my face. You see that smile on my face, because that means you guys get to win. You guys get to buy these stocks at these ridiculously low prices. In fact, before I change the screen, this is a 52-week low today. That's right, 204.16. Who would have thought? Now, I just want to check something else out, because we have, well, we'll go to the Chinese. I haven't checked out NEO, but look at this. 52-week low on NEO as well. Look at this, the EV stocks. They're just killing me. Let's go see what Ford looks like, because you know they're going to be all EV by 2025. Let's see what they look like. Oh, they're almost near their 52-week low as well. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. You guys understand that if they keep this up, you might be able to buy below this 52-week low. Is going to keep going down according to what I'm saying. It's 1929, 1930. So it's going to even go below this. Can you imagine if it goes back to 2020 when Ford was $6.50? Can you imagine? Where's Mr. Ortiz at, who bought his at $5.50, and then this went up to around $16. Then he sold double and tripled his money. That's what we do around here, ladies and gentlemen. We try to help people. We're going to do it again. It won't stop. All right. Now, I just had to go with that. But look at here. Oh, my. Kamal C. Wright. A donation today. Thank you so much. I humbly appreciate it. Thank you for your support, and welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. And once again, with the awesome donation in the house. And he says, good evening, Mr. Bird. Can you recommend any reputable virtual business address companies? Yes, Kamal, I always have recommended Opus Virtual Office. There is iPostal as well. But the reason I've recommended Opus Virtual Office is because you can choose a location that actually really is an office. It's not just a postal center or anything like that. It's an actual office where they have a boardroom, where they actually have an office. So if you are anywhere around an Opus Virtual Office and you have a meeting, that is one of the big time benefits. So you don't say, meet me at Starbucks. You can actually pay the $25, which is a tax write-off, or the $30, depending on which venue. And they have some 5-star locations like Beverly Hills, for instance, if you were in California. But in New York, even addresses. Now, it might be a little more pricey to use their services for an hour, but again, it's worth it. But that's not all. What it's really worth it about Opus Virtual Office, the link is down below the video in the description. The reason why that is more important is what I talked about earlier, because somebody actually answers the phone in your company name. They'll transfer it to whatever phone numbers you want the person to be transferred to. So it's a little more professional. They also have an actual commercial location. Again, more professional if somebody says, hey, can I come meet you? And then it's at the address that you have. That's professional. And also, these crazy people that's in the world these days, you don't need to let them know where you live, because people are crazy these days. It's just out of control what's going on here in America and around the world for that matter. But the other thing is, you have your mail that goes there. They will forward it to you. They will open it and scan it for you. They'll have faxes that go there. That'll be emailed to you. A whole bunch of services. You can use the link down below and you can go check it out. But those are the major ones. And again, iPostal, they're cheaper. I mean, they work fine, possibly. I've never used them, but I use Opus Virtual Office, and it's a tax write-off. And you get a discount if you pay more months in advance than just month to month. So hopefully that helps you out. All right, let's see what else we got. Victor Morel, yes, sir. We're launching to DR tomorrow, all packed up, sunglasses and suntan, lotion in the bag. Mr. Bacardi is calling my name. Exactly, Victor Marrero. Oh, and by the way, when you land, I don't know if you're going to remember this. For the life of me, there is a champagne there. It starts with the W, and I cannot remember the name of it. So it comes in a white wrapper. So please let me know the name of it because I need to get some more of that. I'm not saying for you to get any for me. I just need to know the name so I can go to the store because I've been to the liquor store, and every time I go, I'm looking for the white label with a W and I can't find it. So either it's not sold in the States or it doesn't start with the W, but I think it starts with a W and it comes in a white package. It's white wrapped, and I believe it's white wrapped and it has black at the top, and the label is black and pink, I think, something like that, but it starts with a W. So please, please let me know the name of this champagne because I love it. All right. And look who else is in the house. Miguel, Army retired veteran, is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. And he has the icon next to his name, which means support financially as well. Everybody with the icon. So thank you so much. You as well, Miguel. And he says, God bless my SSN family. God bless you as well. Thank you so much once again for being here and appreciate your support. And once again, let me know if you have received a YouTube notification and saw the trailer. And smash the like button, share the videos, because we're going down, ladies and gentlemen. We're knocking it down because you know what? You are in prime time position. Some of you are sitting there going, Eric, what do you mean prime time? I just lost my job. The economy's bad. Inflation is high. That's because the top 10%ers messed up. We get to take advantage of that. So I've talked about a little bit. In fact, you guys know on Wednesday night, I was going crazy. You know what happened on Wednesday night when we started talking about dividend stocks, these REITs, they still will charge rent, whether people can pay or not. They may have less rent coming in. This is true. It is risky. But you guys know, since the stock market went down, if their stock went down, then that means their yield is higher. That means they could be giving out 18, 19, 20, 21% right now. You know what? I'm curious. Can we just go look? I mean, this helps people. Here's the contribution. You guys know you can go look at it. AGNC stock. Let's see what happened. 7.89. They are at 18%. Ladies and gentlemen, you do see this. Now, 18.25% return on your money. It's a dividend. This is risk. This is not like the I bond. This is a little more risky because they can always shut off paying their dividends to their shareholders. That's not a good look, of course, because their stock would plummet to half price. But that's the risk you take when you invest in these REITs. All right, just letting you know. 7.36. They didn't reach that apparently, but they're near their 52-week low as well. But 18.25% is nothing to sneeze at. And then, of course, you guys got to go. We got to go with the ORC. We got to go check them out because that means we're over 20%. Yes, 2% means, oh my God, can this be like 22, 23%? It's 20%, 0.47. 20% on your money as long as they're going to be paying dividends. It's worth a small risk, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I can say. It's a beautiful thing. Or you can go with SQQQ or SDOW for the time being. But how about this old standby that I haven't even talked about? In fact, I'm going to go with one that everybody knows about too. If you've been around for 2 or 3 years, I'm about to show another one that people are going to be like, what the hell's going on here? This is 12.5% from REFI. Traditionally, when the Federal Reserve is doing what they're doing, the economy's in flux, normally the price of these generally go up. But for some reason, they keep going down. I have a feeling it's because people aren't paying their rent, or they're in a catastrophic areas that Florida, South Carolina, or Central Florida and things. So that may impact them. But the point I'm trying to make is 12.5%. Now, Andy Ortiz, if he's in the house, again, Mr. Financial in the house. Here goes an old standby, ladies and gentlemen, that I haven't talked about. So I'm adding a bonus one tonight. I know I surprised you. Every now and then we got to throw in some surprises, right? How about NLY? Old standby. I wonder what they're giving nowadays. Oh my, 21.15% return on your investment. That's the dividend yield annually. NLY. N is in Nancy, L is in Larry, Y is in you. And if you're on podcast, that's why I did the shout out with the letters. All right. So 21.15. See, ladies and gentlemen, this is why you need to start bringing that pen, pad, and paper with you, because I just added another one that you can actually sit there and say, hey, if this works out and they keep paying dividends, any money I put in now, I can earn 20% on my money. It's a risk. Granted, it's a risk. So only put in what you can afford to put in. All right. But just keep in mind, 20% is nothing to sneeze at. That's going to beat the inflation number. And that's going to beat the inflation number when it's 2 years from now, when it's 4 years from now. So any money that you put in now, it's going to always earn 20% return on your investment. So every 5 years, well, actually, you get 20% return on your investment. So in 5 years, it will double. But if you reinvest, hear me out, reinvest the 20%, now you're compounding. You also will have more than the shares that you originally purchased, because when you reinvest, you buy more shares, which now means you're making more than the 20% from the same money. You're making your money work for you. That's what we want right now. We want our money to work while we're sleeping. We don't want to have to get up and bust our behinds for it, right? So that's what we're doing here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. So Victor Morrell is going to be at, he's going to probably be at his favorite location, the Hard Rock. Once again, hit the like, family. Thank you so much, Miguel. I appreciate that. That's what we need around here. Smash that like button. But now, hold on. I have something to show you. That pre-construction. Pre-construction, by the way, don't sleep on any pre-construction properties, because it's no qualifying. All you have to do is put down a down payment, make your monthly payments to get your skin in the game over the course of the next 2 years. The Federal Reserve will start reducing their interest rates. I'm predicting, not to say it's going to be, I'm not a financial advisor, but once again, after about 12 to 13, 14 months, they're going to start reducing. And then at around the 24 months, they'll be back into that 5.43 range, or 5.4 range probably. And you know what happens when they get in that range? People start buying, and all of a sudden property values start increasing. So that's why you want to get in now. And there's nothing wrong with your project finishing in 2024, 2025, because that's about where you want to be. 2024 is about where you want your project to end up, because interest rates will come down. Instead of being 8, 9, 10, it'd be much better if it's around 4, 5, 6. All right. 4 would be better. All right. I'm just saying. So just keep that in mind. But hey, if your project ends in 2022 or 2023, it is what it is. But nonetheless, so don't be shy, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to show you something right now. All right. I got to show you this model from Panorama Lake. They finally unveiled it. Let me see if I have it. I have it. So check this out, ladies and gentlemen. This is Panorama Lake condos. They're the first panorama project that came out. This is why I was actually trying to buy here, because they had 2-bedroom units for like $99,000 or $109,000. I can't really remember at the time. And here's the 2-bedroom unit that they have, and it's furnished. And I want to show, I'm going to I'm going to play this and then I'm going to stop it and talk about some things because we're real estate investors as well, ladies and gentlemen. And they did something. And some of you may notice some of the things that I talked about from a real estate investment standpoint. And if you rent out your unit, remember what I was talking about? Pictures on the wall, make it look a certain way. Remember when I was talking about the furnishings, make them look a certain way? Check this out. All right. Who wouldn't want to stay here? There's one thing that's weird, but we'll talk about it on the other side. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let me know what you guys thought of this. All right. I can't stop it in the middle of the stream. But once again, here we are. And there's some people that says, hey, this guy, this YouTuber doesn't know what he's talking about. Once again, see how they designed this place. Very simple, not cluttered. Remember when I told you don't put stuff all over counters and desks and the where the TV's going to be and all that? Leave it clear. When your guests come in, they need to put their items there. Leave it clear. Also, did you notice the pictures on the wall? Remember, if you're in a beach area, then you're going to have beach pictures and other destinations of the activities, or like Coco Bongo could be on the wall, or dinner in the sky, something that says this is Punta Cana, even just a poster that said Punta Cana on there in the picture. But that's what you want to add. I'm going to play it again. Notice what they did. This is what you should do. Everybody that has their real estate investing. This is how you do it. Notice they have somewhat of a tone down. They didn't do high end, but it looks very nice. How much is it going to rent for? I don't know. I have no idea. I can guess it's a 2-bedroom. It sleeps up to 6 if they have a sofa sleeper. You guys know I'm on the high end all the time. It's at Vista Cana, so I'm going to say 250, 295. I mean, you only bought it for 109. And with the furnishing, it probably cost 129, 130. So, okay, I can charge 250. I can live with that. I can charge 200. I can live with that too. 1,400, get $1,000 a week. All I need is $13,000 to get 10%. 20,000, that would be nice. 25, 26 gets me my 20%. But all I'm saying is, did you pay attention, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to play it one more time. Do you notice they have comforters? Notice the colors are neutral and match floor, walls. And notice they had a green accent wall to offset everything that was bland in there. So accent walls are awesome. They did a great job with that. It was green. It pops up, gives you that floral light feeling. You don't want to put black. You don't want to put dark colors. No, you want it open, fresh, airy. So those are the colors you need. All right. Wellness is aqua, green. All right. So they did that. That was beautiful. Then they had pictures to pull in that greener, aqua, green, bluish color into the pictures on the wall. Notice the glasses. They have the wine glasses, water glasses, wine glasses on the counter with the napkins. Everything is there. We're all set. Welcome. Notice Pay attention. This is what you want to do if you want to get your renters who, when they leave, they're like, oh man, the sheets, Mitch, don't get those cheap sheets, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, do not get cheap sheets, cheap pillows, cheap comforters. Do not do it. Pay the extra $5, all right? Get the stuff that has the thread counts. I'm not talking about the crazy 15, 10,000, whatever's. At least 5,000 or more, okay? Thread counts. Get something that's nice. When people sleep, they feel comfortable. Guess what happens? They're calling you up or saying, hey, when we come back, I want to stay here. Can I book next year? Can I book 6 months from now? That's what you want. You don't want to have to work again. You'll have repeat customers as long as you do everything. Write it down. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to play this again. You guys pay attention. They did one hell of a job all the way around. They didn't do anything crazy. Again, the comforters. They didn't put a freaking red comforter on the beds. All right? You don't do that. They didn't put any yellow comforters on the bed. The floors are light brown. They put in the light brown comforters. The sheets, they can be, well, just stay neutral, all right? They don't have to be white, but all I'm saying is they could be even an aqua color if you want, but you don't do these crazy things, all right? Because people are neutral. Now, I'm going to play it again so you guys, everybody that's doing the real estate investing, because remember, we have 40 people, soon to be more than 40, who's investing in pre-construction properties in the Dominican Republic, in downtown Miami, and around the world. All right? So check this out one more time. All right? And pay attention, because maybe now you'll start seeing, hey, wait a minute, that does look kind of cool. Let me know what you think anyhow. Would you mind staying there with your family? Because they do have the twin beds. Notice they had the white comforters in the other bedroom. Signaling, safe, nice. I love it. All right. Notice the coloring. Beautiful work. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. You see, this is how it is. They understand when it's going to be for rent. And then you can also see if somebody's actually going to live there, they're saying, oh man, this is going to be comfortable. And once again, notice no plastic chairs. Notice they didn't have those stupid plastic chairs that they have in renderings. They're not putting that out there. That's not good. Don't do it. Don't put the freaking plastic chairs at the dining room table. All right. Don't do it. And put loungers out on the balcony or something that could absorb water or water can flow through, but it's comfortable. You don't want to put plastic out there. All right. So those are the little headlines for you, ladies and gentlemen. Write them down. All right. Let's see what else we got to talk about tonight. It's going to keep coming long and fast, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Let's see here. I have some people coming in the house from outside. Let's see. Little family is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here once again. Very nice to see you. And hello. Little family says hello to you too. Thank you once again. for being here. I received a notification. We're up to number 6, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the family, hit the like button again, ladies and gentlemen, because it's free. It doesn't cost you anything, just like here, the No Guru Zone. It's the SSN Academy, SSN University, but it's free education for that financial freedom paper. Get it now. Everybody can get it. Miguel, thank you so much. I understand. He says it again. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Robbie D says hit the like button. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Laverne Penix. Tesla will probably drop under $200. I totally agree. There's no reason to buy it. It makes 0 cents along with all the rest of the stocks. Why dollar cost average? I'm feeling sorry for these people. Here's the thing. Remember when it split and it was 297, and then it went to 300, 303. So people were buying at 303. So hear me out. You bought at 300, and I'll just use 300 as a single stock. Then it dropped down to 260 something. But on the way it dropped down, 303, people are going, oh, I'm going to dollar cost average because it went down to 285 or 280. Well, if you bought it 303 and then bought it 280, your cost is 290. So, like, hopefully, Mr. Cool kept his duffel bag of cash in check and said, no, I'm not going to deploy these bullets yet. And so, therefore, some people are wasting their bullets and they have a dollar cost average of 290. So then when it went down to 267 from 280, they're thinking, oh man, they always told me the dollar cost average. So now they're buying at 267, wasting more bullets. So now imagine they wasted those bullets. Their dollar cost average is somewhere around 275, 280. And now they could have just waited and bought it 205 and maybe even 190 something. That is $100 per share is a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be fooled. Some of the stock was bought at 300. Some was bought at 280. Some was bought at 270. But here, there's a big difference between 270 to 300 versus 205 to 215. And it might be 195. We don't know, but there's no reason to panic, even if it goes up 2 or 3 days in a row, because it did go up on yesterday. It went up to 215, 220. And look here, it's 204, 205. So all I'm saying is, again, get in your head, either do the research, go study, and you'll see why I keep saying this is 1929 to 1930. They had a 13-year. They never fixed what happened in 2007 and 8 and 9. That federal crisis, all they did was just print money and give it to their buddies, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Bank of America. So Bank of America could buy countrywide. That's all they did. They didn't do any magic. So nothing actually got repaired. But they blew up a whole bunch of money, which means inflation was happening the whole time and they were lying to you. They weren't lying to me because I already knew they were lying when they were saying 2%, 3% inflation for the last 10 years. That's BS. The 8.2%, the 9.7% is also BS. This is why they're going, oh, I don't know why the 0.75 isn't working. The 1% that we raised it up, how come it's not decreasing the inflation? Because first of all, you're lying about inflation. It's really 15 to 20%. You keep lying, saying you didn't print money, Jerome Powell, when you're really printing money and bailing out your buddies and giving them money still. So therefore, inflation cannot go down. And then you're standing on a podium lying some more, talking about, oh, well, we're going to deal with this employee situation, which you can't. Unless you're hiring people, millions of people that we don't know about. I'm sitting there like, is this a freaking Twilight Zone? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is why it's 1929 to 1930, because these clowns have been printing money for the last 14 years with reckless abandon. There's so much money in the money supply, there is no way a 1% can decrease the inflation rate down to 3, 4, 5. They are going to have to go up. Like, in other words, they don't have the balls. What they're going to have to do, 1.25, 1.5 twice. But they're not going to have the balls to do that. So we get to sit here and watch the carnage. And we make sure we have our duffel bag of cash. And so now we have to figure out where we're going to get this duffel bag of cash. Right? We talk about it a lot. Maria Barnes, I sent you an email with the pic of the champagne. I'm not sure if that's the one, though. Oh, yes. Yes. She might know. It's if it has the white and it starts with the W, you know that's the only clue I can remember. And here's the funny part. I was at the Punta Cana airport. I grabbed like 10 of them. And those little I don't know what they are. 10, no, they're more than 10 ounces. They're probably 16 ounces. I grabbed about at least 10 of them, and I still can't remember the name of them. Only because it's in storage. I have one left, and I had them in my wine case, and I still can't remember the name of it because I never saw it anywhere else. I just figured I'd run into it, and let's see if we have this particular champagne. It's actually champagne, not wine. And so this is funny as hell. I hope it is because I can't remember the name. I wanted to say like Y shirt, Y cart, but hell, when you're in paradise, who's paying attention to names? You're just going by this stuff tastes hella good. About. So I don't know, but all I know is white and black, and I think it had a tinge of pink somewhere. I'm anxiously trying to open this up. It's kind of like I have a little delay in the background. But anyhow, we're going to find out if this is the one. Now, NLY, ladies and gentlemen, 21.15%. That is a stock. That's dividends that you could be receiving. And once again, it's capital management. All right, just keep in mind, they borrow money, they do short terms, they do repurchase agreements, they do reinvestments, asset-backed securities, all this. That could be a problem. But again, this is high risk. So don't take your full duffel bag of cash and put them into these REITs or these capital management companies. PSEC is another one. P as in Paul, S as in Sam, E as in Eric, C as in Charles. That's another option for you. All right. So let's see. How is it? I'm messing this up. Okay, here we go. Victor Marrero, really nice. Floor plan shows the bedrooms closer to the entrance. Interesting how the kitchen is on the left before the living room and not in the back like most I've seen. Victor Marrero, that is the one thing I noticed. And also, the weirdest thing was, did you see that big space when you come into the kitchen area? Because I don't think that's how the kitchen was supposed to be. I don't recall that. What was supposed to happen is halfway down, they were supposed to have the bar, countertop that's in between that seats like 3 people or 4 if you put somebody at the end. So that's why they have this big ass space there. There's supposed to be an island there. So that's not there. And so there's just this big space, which is kind of weird. But me personally, it's not weird because I would be sitting there. They'd go, Eric, we forgot to put that island in there. I'd be like, forget the island. Because I'm actually going to put my dining room table over here, and I'm going to put my bar over there with another set of tables. So when my guests come in, there's going to be a bar up against the wall over there before they go out to the balcony. I was like, forget that. We'll put the big-ass dining room that holds 6 people, skinny one, that goes along that in the kitchen area. So now we can hold 6 people there, and I'll have another 4 little seats over here by an actual bar. You know what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? A bar, 4 or 5 feet wide. Counter, bar, glasses behind. Yeah, extra. Easy, cheap, not that much. Well, we won't get carried away is what I'm saying. All right, but that's what I would do. But yeah, that was a weird space, but that's what was supposed to be there. They're supposed to have an island that comes across and people are going to be sitting there. But I thought that was very interesting as well, that I said the same thing. How is the bedrooms up front? That was weird. I have to agree with you on that. I find that very, very interesting because people come in and out. And actually, quite frankly, I don't like bedrooms being at the front entryway because people go in and out the doors. So I'd rather be in the back where the living room is and all that. So if we critique the layout, I'm not really a fan of when I walk in the door, I'm walking past bedrooms. I'd rather be walking past living rooms, dining rooms, kitchens, and then bedrooms are in the back area. So, but hey, to each his own. It's sold out. So clearly people didn't care. And most people, well, I don't know how many people's going to be renting. I'm just saying most, but who knows? But yeah, I noticed that too, which was interesting. Colors are perfect and very neutral. Exactly. Notice there wasn't expensive and complicated art on tables. Exactly. You want simplicity and things easy to clean. Exactly. Wasn't paying attention to the ceiling lighting. Yep. Exactly. The no seal. They had a track lighting in the kitchen, which was interesting in 2022 because I'm pretty sure their renderings had can lighting or ceiling, lights in the ceiling. I also noticed that they didn't have the LED rings on the table. They had well, I'll call them old fashioned, but they're not really. They had the fabric type of lamps coming down, which was still nice. But they did one hell of a job. I agree with you totally, Victor Marrero. They did a very nice job, all neutral. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's get into some more money-making ventures, shall we? Because you guys know it's Friday night. We need our freedom papers. We talked about stocks. We went with the safe route. We went with a little bit high. We have to talk about crypto. We have to. Because we have an opportunity here, ladies and gentlemen, in case you missed it. We have an opportunity with Miracle Cash and More. If you haven't heard about this, please search the channel and check out the Miracle Cash and More NFT with Cash Flow NFT. The reason why this is major, they are a company in Europe that is regulated and licensed in each country that they have, and they actually have stores that people can walk into. They have an exchange. They are helping to onboard people to their exchange, which is beautiful, and help people. They can call and help, walk in and help, and they have an exchange. Every transaction fee is shared with NFT holders from Cashflow NFT. Now, that's just one share. The exchange. Profits from the exchange is shared with the NFT holders. 1, get your pen and pad out. 2, it's a store, ladies and gentlemen. The profits from the store is shared. 50% of the profits is shared with the cash flow NFT holders. That's 2. And you don't have to do anything except buy the NFT. Passive income during a recession equals win. And real world stores licensed and regulated. That's just a start. How about those cash stores, those check cashing stores? You guys heard of that. You can get loans in the store also from these guys. That's their third stream of revenue. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You can go in, get a loan, pay them back. Those short-term loans, they do that. The profits that they receive from that, they share with NFT holders. That's 3 ways. All right? 4 ways. A merchant processing POS system and terminals. They do that too. Crypto, fiat, they have the terminals, they have the POS systems. You receive profits from the fees for that. That's 4. Number 6, we were just talking about real estate. The reason why I stopped doing month-to-month rentals is because of what just happened during COVID, what just happened in Florida right now where people don't have to pay rent maybe due to the emergency, but yet the mortgage company says, hey, Eric, you still got to pay us. I'm sitting there like, what the frick? Okay. And then the people lost their jobs, and then I would have to evict them, but it's 6, 8, 9, 10 months later. They live there for free. Now, I couldn't be that mad, but the fact of the matter is I had to pay. The risk were involved. That's why I said, forget all that. Let me just do short term. I have lower risk because people actually want to come and I don't have to do anything. They're going to check out. That's it. No worries. But now they have another product. Miracle Cash and More has another product that is going to change the market. They have insurance company backed by Lloyd's of London that will insure your renter. That's your month-to-month renter. They will apply with the insurance company. If they are approved, you as the landlord will receive 12 months in advance of rent. Thank you very much. My risk just got lowered to 0. And if the person does not pay, the insurance company pays. If the tenant does not pay, the insurance company pays. Guaranteed, they have a 2-year lease. Is this powerful or what? That means I, as a landlord now, I don't even need you. Hey, you just pay for this fee that they're going to charge me, which is going to be half of whatever the rent is. So if we are renting $1,500, $750, I'm sorry, if you want to, stay here, you're going to have to apply with the insurance company. You got to pay $750. That profit is shared with NFT holders. That's 5. Every month, ladies and gentlemen, checks will be coming in. And this is for the United Kingdom right now. There's roughly 700 NFTs left. Now, some of you may be going about now, how much does it cost? $5,000 is what the NFT costs. Some of you may be going, whoa. Well, see, here's the thing. It's for the United Kingdom. Everything that happens in the United Kingdom, they are basing things on 0.5%, 1% of the market. This is thousands of dollars. It could potentially be $50,000 annually. Let me ask you this. If you bought a $5,000 NFT or $5,000 anything, and somebody said, well, at the end of the year, we're going to give you $25,000, would that be worth it? If they said, hey, we'll give you $50,000, would that be worth it? I think most people would say, yes, it would be worth it. Whether it's 25 or 50, right? But it's passive as well. Now, let's get into number 6. There's more. Those automatic vending machines? Some people don't look at ATM machines as automatic vending machines, but that's what they are. They have AVM machines, which are ATM machines. All the transaction fees from the UK ATM, otherwise known for them as AVM machines, shared with NFT holders. That's 6. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? You want to get in on ground floor? You want to be a shark? You want to be like the Shark Tank? You are here. SSN Lifestyle, we have a ring of fire, which is like the Shark Tank, and we're bringing these type of ideas to you. But because SSN Nation is the mothership, and then SSN Lifestyle, that's the sister intellectual property. So everybody here gets it first. If you want to get in, there's a link down below that says Miracle Cash and More, and that'll take you to the cash flow NFT if you want to buy an NFT for $5,000. Now, you can do that, but some of you may say, Eric, I don't have 5,000, but this sounds like one hell of a deal. I will say you're right. So what can I do? You use the link down below that takes you to the cash flow NFT. You become an affiliate. And guess what? You share your link and tell other people about it. If you get somebody to buy a 5,000 NFT, then you receive $500. You do that 10 times. If you have that ability to do it 10 times, well, guess what? That's $5,000. You can actually get an NFT. Or you can just turn it into a business trying to sign people up, and it's $500 for everybody you sign up and not get an NFT. So actually, that's why I start with 7 ways to earn money, because you don't have to buy an NFT. You can have other people buy an NFT and you still get paid, but you won't receive the other 6 benefits. But how about you receive the other 6 benefits, have an NFT, and still share it with other people and receive $500 anytime somebody buys an NFT? That's 7, ladies and gentlemen, right? Okay. Now, I think that's pretty good. Now, we have one last thing for you, because some of you may say, well, I don't want to be a salesman. I'm not good at affiliate marketing, referral marketing, or anything like that. Fair enough. That's why I guess I should show it, right? That's why we have a group economic plan for as low as $250. You can put some money in and share part of the NFT revenue, because the NFT is marketing revenue. So you get to share in some of that based on the percentage that you put in. So it's $5,000. If you put in $250, which is the minimum, then you get 5% of what they send in. If you put in 10%, which is $500, then you get 10% of what they put in as they send over as revenue. So any increment of 250 you can put in, you'll receive that percentage of 5,000 every month from when they distribute the revenue, the marketing revenue income. All right. So I'm going to come over here, and that's at SSN Lifestyle. So you'll see a link down below that says cash flow NFT $5,000 business opportunity. Pretty simple, straightforward. So that gets you away, and I believe real world stores backed by the country that they're regulated in, and they're licensed stores, regulated and licensed, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't some Binance. This isn't some Gate.io. This isn't Kraken. All right. These guys are regulated in the countries that has approved crypto, like the UK in this instance, like Spain, like Germany, like Holland. Those countries have regulated crypto, and they have stores in those countries along with Cyprus. It's regulated. So they have stores there because it's regulated. They will not have stores in places like the United States because they try to keep it ambiguous. They don't want the people's money to be in the people's money's hands. All right? Because that bypasses the government system, because we don't need the government. We have a situation right now where somebody's supposed to wire me some money internationally. So we got to do SWIFT codes and do all this crazy nonsense. This is exactly why the government doesn't want people to do crypto, because I was like, just send me crypto. Why bother with all this other stuff? That simple address that I sent you, you could send it through crypto and it'll be here in like a few minutes. And it's not going to be tracked by the United States government or your government. So these are the type of reasons why you have people trying to make it ambiguous, whether it's regulated, unregulated, where are we going to regulate it? That's why they're doing it in America. All right. And around the world. But the guys in Europe who are behind America, they don't hold world currency. They know that if they're first, then they're going to have corporations. They're going to have companies that earn billions of dollars per month in their country, giving jobs, helping people make more than $35,000 to $45,000 a year. So they're jumping on this type of event right now. So you got to keep these things in mind. They're doing this for a reason. All right. So I'm going to go to this page. So I'm going to show everybody here. Once again, we had this $4,500 debt box node, because that's another program all itself. You'll have to search the channel. I won't get into it tonight because it's an hour and 14 minutes already. But you can see here where we have business opportunities. Notice the health products. Oh my God, this is SSN Lifestyle in case you're new here. This is the sister property. This is where you can get residual income, passive income, business opportunities. Our Shark Tank is Ring of Fire over here. Oh yeah, I forgot about the gear. This is a Polo 1. There's going to be Polo 2 coming out shortly. which is going to have the logo on it instead of just simple SSN Lifestyle. But notice here is a debt box, which is backed by commodities. Everybody who was in debt box, I did not receive your emails, but I know you gave it to me verbally in the chat room, which was, I can go back to the chat and get it. Only a few people, but if you're here, please check your emails and respond. And it came from support@SSN Lifestyle. Please respond just to confirm that you wanted to move it over into the cash flow NFT 5,000 business opportunity. Please send me that. I just like to have trackers, even though I have trackers for the chat room. I still want that as well. I'd greatly appreciate that. And here we are. We still have $3,000 room left right now. This could change. So again, 250, 500. And yes, you can pay with your debit card, your credit card, your checking account through PayPal. In fact, there might even be pay later, because that is turned on, by the way. PayPal credit, pay later is also when you go to checkout. Make sure if you use PayPal, in fact, I'm not going to do it right now, but there's a ticker that you need to do that says pay the transaction fee. If you use PayPal, you need to click on that pay the transaction fee, because if you try $500, received will only be 480. You will only get credit for the 480. You will not get credit for the 500 if you do not check that little circle that says, hey, do you want to pay for the transaction fee? You better click that. Otherwise, no worries. You're just going to get 480, which is going to be a little less than 10%. You're going to get like 9.4 or 9.6, somewhere in there. But anyhow, nonetheless, you'll still be good. Or crypto. You can send USDT across several blockchains, whether it's ERC20, TRC20, BEP20, Matic, or Polygon. Any one of those. So you can choose the crypto payment option. And then after you say place order, then the address will come up that you need to send it to based on the blockchain that you're sending the USD on. So that gives you an option. So you can use crypto or you can use PayPal. Either way, do it and you're good. Now, 250 increments, 1,500, 2,000, 2,250. The max is 2,500 that any individual can put in, just so you know. But we're at 2,000 right now, and they still have 700 plus NFTs left. But if you want to get in, please sign up ASAP. So the sooner we get to the 5, the better. All right, just letting you know. So that's another way that you can get in and get a piece of the pie. And they're going to do 4 years, ladies and gentlemen. So after the 4th year, they're going to be looking to exit, sell all these stores, sell the exchange, sell everything. That could be. Now, of course, this is a disclaimer. You can't really predict what's going to happen. But if they're generating any significant amount of money, meaning, just 10 times it. So if somebody's doing 100 million, then that means $1 billion. That's shared amongst the 1,488 NFT holders. So if somebody's doing 10 million, then you can figure 100 million. But again, that's shared amongst the 1,488 NFT holders. That's still pretty good chunk of change for a $5,000 investment. Plus, you've been receiving part of the marketing revenue for the previous 4 years. And over the course of 4 years, they're going to have more and more customers, more and more ATM machines, more and more exchange transactions, more and more POS systems, all of that. So think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Ground floor opportunity in the midst of a recession. All right, let me know what's going on now. So there we are. Let's see, Victor Marrero, T minus less than 24 hours, and he'll be in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, over at, are you going to be, Victor Marrero, you're going to have to let me know about the Awaken, because this is significant. We really need to know if I'm going to have to pay 100. Oh, wait, this looks like it. Let's see. That looks like, wait, what is it? Oh, not it. No. It's not Moet. Moet, we know. It almost looks like this bottle though, but it's not Moet. It starts with a W. Yes, we know Moet. It starts with a W, and it's not in any of these pictures. But damn, the bottle is pretty close to this. Oh man, I hope they didn't change their bottle. But that's pretty doggone close. But again, it starts with a W. Moet is what one of my friends, that's his favorite. $50 a bottle, I believe it used to be. Were you one of those owners that got jammed by renters not paying rent during COVID? Yes. Here's the thing, Airbnb, they canceled during COVID everything, but then they came correct because they got funds from the United States government. So everybody who had their, well, I don't know everybody, but me, all of my rentals that got canceled, they reimbursed me. So that was cool. It worked out. But initially, it was like 20, 30, 40 things were canceled. We're talking about thousands of dollars. But they came correct. So that was cool. But yeah, the other part is if I was renting, like I was renting, because you guys know after I came from one house and then the ceiling went and it just so happened everything worked fast. It's like kind of weird. Something happens and then tragedy happens and something else happens. And then the next thing you know, you're in a fine place. So the place that I rented and moved to, I still was paying rent, even though there's a moratorium in California that I wouldn't have had to pay rent for almost a year. But I still paid the landlord because, I didn't think it was right because I've been a landlord and I would have hated to, for a year, not receive anything while the mortgage company is saying, I need my money. So anyhow, I paid them, but other people in the neighborhood was just basically saying, up at the pool clubhouse, and they're just like, yeah, I don't have to pay my rent, blah, blah, blah. And, I'm like, eh. But hey, it was a moratorium. Legally, they didn't have to. And the courts would not hear any eviction notices. They cut that off entirely. You could not evict somebody. So here we are back in a situation, just what I didn't want to do in California. I don't know if other states did that, but in California, I would have been screwed once again. People would have lived somewhere for over a year for free. And the mortgage companies were not going, you don't have to pay for a year. That didn't happen. So it was just bad. So many foreclosures are on tap because of that right now. 3 to 4 million foreclosures, which is in the pipeline, ladies and gentlemen. Another reason why the housing market is going to be up for grabs next year. You're going to have to use your Duffle bag of cash and get some. All right, but here we go. I almost got jammed also with the Georgia property, but thankfully got resolved. And don't even think skipping mortgage. Exactly, Victor Marrero. Exactly. It's a catch-22. Your renters don't pay, possibly messing up your place, and you can't evict them, but your mortgage company's going, haha, so sad, too bad, we don't care, send us our money. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So anyhow, that's why I stopped doing month-to-month rentals because of this. It comes up every like 10 years, 12 years or something. There's going to be something catastrophic that happens. You just never know. You can't plan for it. Everything's going along fine. The renters are good. Everything's going good. And then COVID. Who knew? All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's 1 hour, 23 minutes in. Today, I haven't even played any SSN lifestyle promos. But since I was talking about Miracle Cash and more, because that is one for the ages, there's a couple of picks, the Debt Box Node. And by the way, the Debt Box Node, please search the channel if you want to find out about that. But the link is down below for IX Global. Please use my link for that if you want to get into the Debt Box Node. It's backed by oil, gold, silver, natural gas. Whole bunch of things are coming up. But the nodes are backed by real world assets, just like Miracle Cash. They're already functioning. Oil wells are in Nebraska, in Nevada. They're going overseas to Ghana for 3 more oil well sites to get that online. And they receive royalties and they use those royalties to buy the tokens and then burn the tokens with the profits. And that so far has increased the prices, and people are receiving thousands of dollars per month for BGLD. So, and most people were able to buy more than one or two because they got them early on. So again, this is big time. But I'm going to play a video that I've been wanting to play for so long, but I have forgotten about it because this is motivational. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen, because you guys might know this guy named Daniel Mack. I think this is a Daniel Mack. Daniel Mack is a guy that goes around to the car shows, and when the millionaires or billionaires in some instances are driving out in their $300, $400, $500, $1 million car, he'll say, hey, do you mind if I ask you what you do? And then the people will say, well, this guy, you would never suspect who he is. And the guy starts telling nuggets of information. And I believe it is, let me see, it's only 55 seconds. But I've been wanting to share this with you, and I keep forgetting, even though we're 1 hour and 26 minutes in. I want you guys to remind me on Monday. I'm going to play it again, but earlier. I've had this in queue for so long, and I've never done it. And then afterwards, I'm going down my list, and I'm like, I forgot again. Check out this information that this man says. It's awesome. Here, I'll do it this way.
It's insane. What do you do for a living? Your car is incredible.
Actually, not my car, it's his car.
Oh, it's his car. What does he do?
Ask him.
I'm just curious what you do for a living.
A living?
Yeah.
I'm lucky to be alive. I was in the real estate business and investments.
What was like your most successful areas or in general best practices that got you that far?
I would say owning a company helped.
Okay.
Creating a platform for other people to be successful.
Okay.
I had a mentor that was very helpful, and his name was David Packard. He was a close friend of my family. And I listened to him when he was building his company. Some of the things he said to me is when I was 20, and I had the opportunity to create that HP way.
Wow, that's incredible.
And here I am, and you're a nice young man. You even listened to me that
Thank
long.
you. It's incredible advice. Your car is beautiful. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, start a business and then help other people. Hey, that sounds like SSN Lifestyle, doesn't it? Sounds like SSN Nation, doesn't it? Except we don't charge here. SSN Academy, SSN University, SSN Nation. There is no coupon code down below. There is a chat box where you can ask questions, and there are many people here that are entrepreneurs, that are investors. You never know who is in the house here, and they may be able to answer your question. So don't be shy. There's a box, chat room, ask, and please smash the like button. If you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. Now, let's see. There is something else that I'm going to have to talk about here. SSN Lifestyle has memberships. Some people have Founders Club memberships. Panorama is coming online next year. I believe the Gardens is scheduled for 6, 7, 8, or June, July, August. I think it's June, quite frankly. Now, some of you know that I said I'm trying to get out of the Garden. Garden has actually said no problem because we'll resell your unit for probably 50 G's more. Because I like Lorimar. I like Cruise on Land. The problem is they are out further than Vista Cana. In fact, they're on the borderline. They're out there maybe. They're further than Hard Rock potentially, which isn't a bad thing. It's just that with all the new complexes and all the stuff they're building, there's going to be a whole bunch of units between Lorimar, Cruise on Land, and getting to downtown. And that's why it has to be exceptional. right? So the thing is, as you guys already know, I said, hey, I got to go with exceptional. Like Vista Cana's exceptional. Vista Cana, I love. They were number one, number two. They were always in the top five. But again, when somebody says, I have now everybody in Vista Cana, I have the sports complex. You have the golf, the 9-hole executive golf course. You have the beach club now, which initially 2 years ago, there was no mention of a beach club. But there's a beach club. There's a fishing lake, which is catch and release. They have the biking trail, the cycling trail. They're going to have the EV hookup, so you can have the scooters sitting around. It's kind of cool. They have the Yak Lounge, which is a little bar and restaurant and an actual stage there where they can do music by the lake. The ocean water lake, and they're going to have a second ocean water lake. So Vista Cana is off the charts because you have gated communities, and it's off the charts. So I'm not saying there's no bad. But the thing is, sometimes there's great, and then there's sometimes better than great. And this is where Cruise on Land and Larimar come into play, even though they're further outside of town. So I have to say, this is very, very hard because I am ranking both of those ahead of Vista Cana right now, simply because they have golf. Larimar has an actual 18-hole championship golf course, not just a 9-hole executive. And Cruise on Land actually only has a driving range presently. So if people want to golf, but again, I'm not a big fan of golf because as long as I've been renting, I don't know Victor Marrero rents at Margaritaville. He can probably answer this as well. It's never been a big to-do. So what I mean by that is I have rarely had guys going, hey, is there a golf course like across the street? I have had people ask me, maybe 2 people a year, that's it, that has asked me what's the nearest golf course. But this is because they're staying in Scottsdale. Scottsdale, Arizona is the TPC golf course. That's where they have the Waste Management PGA Tour. Even Tiger shows up for that one occasionally. Mickelson's usually there. So all I'm saying is that's a big one. And actually, that is the biggest event in the Phoenix area by the amount of spectators every year. So that's the place where people would say, hey, how far is the golf course? And they can already see on the map. It's like less than a mile. So, but other than that, twice, that's it. I have Orange Golf Resort in Scottsdale as well. People don't even play golf there. They just stay there. 1 or 2 people every other year say, hey, what about the golf? I'm like, people, so therefore, I dismiss golf usually. So if they have it, it's cool, but it's not like I'm going to have 100 people saying, hey, I'm going to stay there because of golf. That's not going to happen. Victor Marrero might tell me something different at Margaritaville, but I highly doubt it. Because you usually have to bring your own clubs or wood than just using some random clubs if you're going to be a serious player and worrying about golf, right? But all I'm saying is, so when you take away, they have the sports complex, they have the beach, they have all that. So now when another location comes up and they say, we have a sports complex, we have a beach, Crystal Lagoon, by the way, Crystal Lagoon is making theirs at Larimar, and they're doing theirs at Cruise on Land too for their beach. So when you have the match, except it's not ocean water, but who cares? But the point is, you have places that are matching all the amenities of Vista Cana and then going lots of steps further. In the case of Cruise on Land, they have the water park. In the case of Larimar, they have not only they don't have a water park, but they have water all over the place. They have a beach with sand that's 100, 200 yards. It's crazy. And you could actually see the ocean. I have drone footage, ladies and gentlemen. It's fuzzy day, but you're going to be able to see the ocean from Larimar because they are up on the cliff. It's crazy. I'm actually going to show you guys this. And Larimar is priced right also. They're in 2020 prices. You can get a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo for $120,000, $119,000. That is 2020 prices. Now, you can get a 1-bedroom for $89,000. Does anybody remember the beach? Blue Marina, Vista Cana, Panorama Lake. 1-bedroom was $89,000, $79,000. Actually, it was $69,000 at one time. Towers at Vista Cana, $89,000. Remember that? Those now we're in 2022 and they're selling them for the same price. And I have a little birdie thing for you as well. The next tower is not going to be these prices. I'm just saying. I don't know if I don't know if it's public knowledge. So I won't say anything yet until I can get clearance. But I want to tell you something very significant. I did get their paperwork. Their paperwork, ladies and gentlemen, from that I got their certification. It's certified. It's approved. They're going to be able to build these. Get this, Zone A, they can go up to 18 stories high. They're only doing 15 in Tower 1 as far as I know, in Tower 2. But they can go to 18. Zone B, which is other condos back away from where the beach area is, back into the complex, those are allowed to be 10 stories high. The hotels are allowed to be 4 stories high. And their offices in that's going to be downtown. They have offices and things like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it was 4 levels high or 5 levels high. It's already been approved. Everything has been approved. I got the certification. I was in doubt because I was like, wait, every building, there's no towers in Punta Cana. Then I realized today, I was like, wait a minute, they're on a bluff. But then I got the documentation. They're on a bluff, so they're not actually blocking people. Like if you're in Vista Cana and then they build towers from there, you're already at a low level. They're 100 and some odd feet high. So I think that's why they're allowing them to put towers on this bluff. So I just wanted to let you know that I actually have documentation because I got some information from some people who said, hey, these realtors, they're not going to represent that property because they don't have certification. They don't have approval. Well, they have approval and it's approved. They had a 10-page, if you guys don't understand, some of you may be builders or have built before. So it's nothing more, nothing less than like this. So I'll give you a perfect example. I was building a house at the lake. And now I've told you part of this story before where I couldn't get clearance by the architectural committee. But nonetheless, before I had to go to the architectural committee, in the county, we could have the house limit was, I believe, 32 feet, your center point. So when you build your roof and everything, it can only be 32 feet high from the center point of the lot. All right. So just for all intents and purposes, let's just say you can only build your house up to 32 feet high. And in my HOA, they had a limit of 28, I believe it was. When I brought my designs in, it was 29 feet high. So I needed to go to the HOA, the architectural committee, and get a 1-foot clearance, or variance is what they call it. So now when I get so I have these guys come out, and my lot has lake view. And it slopes downward back away from the road. So it has I can't give the grade. I don't really remember what it was. I think it was 3% or something like that. It wasn't steep. It was just a small, it just kind of went down as you went to 100, 120 feet back. Nobody lived behind me. because you're going down still. And then it go across the street. Nobody lived across the street because it's still going down. So from where I'm at on the street to where the next house is, they're probably 100 yards away, and they're probably dropped 30 feet below where I'm at. So the architectural 3 guys come out and they sit there and they say, hey, Eric, we're probably not going to grant you that foot. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, you guys are joking, right? And they're just like, no, you're going to be blocking people's views. And I was like, I turned around and I was like, what are you talking about? There's nobody. Everybody lives down below me. It goes down to a little gully, and then it goes back up on the other side like a half mile away. I go, whose view am I blocking? Are you kidding me? I said, the only people I'm blocking is like a half mile away. They're on the foothills over there. And they go, exactly. And I just was livid. I was like, you got to be kidding. Did you just say exactly? I was like pissed. I was like, I said, okay, hold on. I said, so why don't we just go up there to talk to these guys and tell them to go buy the lots over here instead of being way back there if they care about Lake View, because they don't even have Lake View from there. What are you talking about? They're like, well, we don't want to, we're not going to approve it. We're not going to allow you to build it. And mind you, I'm building $1 million house, improving the neighborhood. So needless to say, I mentioned this before, I got upset. So you know what this is how upset I got. You know what I told them? I told them a lot of stuff because I went back to the HOA and said, hey man, you guys, to the meeting, and said, hey, this is BS. I said, the county actually is 32 feet. So what are you doing? And I'm worrying about people half mile away getting Lake View. I don't even think they have Lake View as it is. I was like, this is a joke. And I'm building a house where musicians and artists and all these guys are going to be hanging, because there is no homes like what I'm building here. So I already went down, because there used to be this place called Canocti Harbor in Clear Lake. And I went down there and talked to them because they had a casino show stage that holds like 10,000 people and big name artists, second tier. They used to be big name like 20 years ago or 10 years ago. And they're still big name to hold 10,000 people. And they were already agreeing, going, hell yeah, we're going to stay at your spot. We got Lake View. We can park our limos in there. We can do all this stuff. It was laid down. And these guys are talking about 1 foot. We can't give you variance. So again, this is why when they started doing this at Larimar, I was like, wait a minute, how are they getting this approval? Then I realized they're on a bluff. So nobody is actually going to be behind them unless they're on the bluff with them. But they're willing to let these guys build above it so you can see all the way to the ocean, possibly. So anyhow, that's the long story I wanted to give you. I'm going to load this up, which I wasn't loading it up while I was talking to the story. But that's the idea, and I believe that's why they have approval. And I thought that was awesome. Just awesome. So I'm going to present to you, because I got to tell you, Larimar, if you missed it, you got to go check out the video. Gennaro was here. I did like 4 videos on this. I really love it. So I'm going to show you guys some of the drone footage. And again, it's hazy, unfortunately. I can't tell if we can see the ocean from there. But if you get a floor 9, 10, 12 up, it looks like the drone's about, I don't know, 50 to 100 feet. So if you're on level 9, you're going to be, there's like generally 2 feet between floors. So you should be good. So if you're on level 9, you're really up. You're not up 90 feet. You're going to be up like another 16 feet. So you're going to be up like 100, 105 feet. So let me know what you guys think when you see this drone footage. I think he's about 100 feet, or maybe, I don't even know, somewhere between 50 to 75 feet high. It seems like it appears from the haze. You might be able to see the ocean from there. If that is your view and you have ocean view, that is invaluable. Now, the ocean view is kind of petty. It's not like it's right here, but it's always cool when you can see out over, you know, when you're in the mountains and you can see across. That's what it's like. So there means that has a value to certain people. And actually, anytime and you can bona fidely say ocean view. So I have to get excited. But back to the amenities. So when another place has the same beach club, when another place has the same golf or better golf course, when another place has the running trails, the cycling trails, and they have a lagoon made by crystal lagoons, those offset. But now, when I sit there and I say, hey, I also have a sports complex with the soccer and the basketball and the tennis and all that, now we're matching. But what we're not matching is when we have 4 hotels on site, which are 5-star hotels, similar to what's happening in Cap Cana. That means now when people stay at your place, they're expecting a higher price because you already have places where people are spending $2,000, $5,000 per night because they have the Fiji Island things going on. And they have EV hotels, which is another 5-star, 5-diamond resort hotel that they're putting there. And I don't know the other 2. They haven't released that yet. But when you know that is happening, that means it's upscale. Vista Cana potentially could be upscale too. But again, I know when people go to islands, one of their questions is always, is it by the beach? No. Well, do I have ocean view? No. If you say yes, they actually like that. They will take the units, no matter where it is. It could be 10, 20 miles away. If it sees ocean, they love it. So that's what Larimar does. Cruise on Land, which is my 1A, my 1B. Larimar is now ranked 1A. Cruise on Land's ranked 1B. Cruise on Land has a water park. Larimar doesn't. All right, so check this video out. Let me know what you guys think. This is 3 minutes, 43 seconds. It's a drone. He runs around. This is where Larimar is going to be. And it's entitled, you can find it on YouTube, Larimar drone. It'll probably get, if you don't see this video, that just means I got copyright strike, so I had to remove it. But it's called Larimar video drone. And you can find it on YouTube. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. You forgot again the mic. All right. Well, anyhow, you guys saw the drone footage. I can't really tell from that footage if you can actually see water. It looked a little hazy. Um, I would think you probably could see some blue far out, but again, that's something yet to be determined. Have to see somebody else's on a clear day or a little more visible or a better camera that's going shooting that long because he just stayed in that area. But I think you can see, I think pretty much there it appeared, and you throw on another 100 feet, so you'll be 200 feet up. You can probably get there. All right, let's see. Man. Yes. What? Are you kidding? A mile away? Yeah, a half a mile away. They were a half a mile away, like coming back up on the other side. And I was just like, is this a joke? I was like, there's no way. I was like, I don't think they can see the lake from there. What are you talking about? And I was like, and so what? They better come by a lot up here then. It was crazy. Crazy. Sound. Thank you very much for that, Victor Morero. Appreciate it. All right. So anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about that. And I'm going to actually show, well, I probably shouldn't show too many videos. Let's go to a little bit of something else, because get that duffel bag of cash means this exactly. Here's the thing with, and I got to tell you guys, I've been looking at, because of what I want to do and the price it cost, I have to look around, because I told you before, at Cruise on Land, they do have a 2-bedroom penthouse hooked to a studio penthouse, which means you have 3 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms and 2 jacuzzis and 2 kitchens and can sleep 10. That, though, is $256,000. The 4-bedroom unit there that's a penthouse is $255,000. And if you're going to spend that kind of money, then you can get a villa. But as you guys know, I'm no fan of a villa when you don't have amenities. And you're not going to be able to get amenities such as Lorimar or Cruise on Land or generally Vista Cana unless you're in Vista Cana. But they have now started doing the damn thing. Keller Williams, they have projects that have villas and townhomes that have lazy rivers now and a beach with dirt, sand. But guess who else? Primaveral, that I did a video on Primaveral 3 and Primaveral Luxury, and I guess they heard me, because remember when I was saying, hey, what's this luxury thing when they're freaking 1,500 square feet, when they're 1,400 square feet? Well, guess what? They have 2,000 square foot villas now. They have 2,500 square foot villas now. Crazy. Now that's luxury, because I haven't ran across too many 2,500 square foot villas or even 2,000 square foot villas in Punta Cana that wasn't in a luxury location. So this is interesting. But here's the other kicker that I'm about to drop a video about. Primaveral 3, 4, and 3. No, Primaveral Luxury, Primaveral 3, Primaveral 4. They are on that road that you saw in front of the zone, in front of the drone. That's the road that goes around and comes out on the other highway that comes out near Vista Cana. And on that road is like Urbe Cana, Primaveral 3, 4, and Luxury, and a bunch of other projects are going to be on that road. And you saw one in the background that showed they already put the lines in. Well, here's what they're doing at Primaveral. These guys, they're doing the damn thing. So I mentioned this on the last live, but these guys have decided that they have the amenities, and whoever lives in Primaveral 3, 4, and Luxury, you can go into any one of the other complexes and use the amenities. Well, in Primaveral 4, they now have a clubhouse, and they're putting in a beach with sand and a clubhouse. It's included. No mystery about if you're going to have to pay to use it or not. None of that. They also have basketball courts and soccer fields throughout their project. So they're open as well. No dispute about if you got to pay extra. You can just walk to any one. They have amenities in each one. All the pools they have in each complex. If you don't want to be in your pool in your complex, you can drive over or walk over, whatever you're doing, get over to another complex. So that means if you're going to rent, your renters can go to any complex. So whatever amenities that you don't have and another one does, you can go there. I thought that was pretty cool. Now, of course, I tried to say, what about Primavera 1 and 2? And they were like, sorry, good try. Not going to happen. But the point is, if you're in 3, 4, or luxury, they're all gated. So you actually have your own private community. And I found out today or yesterday evening that next to Primavera 4, these guys own the next section of acres next door to Primavera 4. So I'm guessing that might be Primavera 5. And whatever they put in there might be used for everybody in 3, 4, luxury, and 5, which would be awesome because some of these places have game rooms, fitness centers. Restaurant is going to be in Primavera 4. So they're going to have a clubhouse, a restaurant, and a beach. And these are all villas. Well, they do have a couple of condos, but they're sold out. And as soon as they have them, because they only have 12 of them and they're sold out. As soon as they put them on the market, because they're having 2-bedroom condos under $100,000, they're selling out. So they did. They were $90,000, $92,000. They were gone in 2 days. Because you get part of that benefits, and the condos actually have their own lobby, and they have their own pool, and they have their own cabana. So therefore, people were like happy. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, get that duffel bag of cash ready. The Federal Reserve, they've actually helped us out. You guys have to understand that by them doing this nonsense, making sure that they have reduced the cash flow in America, they are helping you, the OCs, out. They don't look at it that way, though. You have to look at it that way. Housing prices are coming down. Buy a house in 2024, late. All right, just watch 50%. I'm 50 to 60. You guys know, check your ticker. I found a place. You guys know where I used to live. If you watch the videos from 4 years ago, that's one of my favorite places I've ever lived. I liked it. Peace and quiet, mountains, sea everywhere, nobody bothering you, nothing. And amenities, by the way. They already have a house that's I think it's 1.2 right now. They've already reduced it from 1.4, or it was 1.35, I believe. Now it's 1.199. So that was 15%, I believe, is what it's 15% already. They are going to reduce it even more. And it's going to be under $1 million. It's probably going to, I'm thinking if it was 1.3, we got to go to 750, right? I'm thinking we're going to get there. And I have my other stuff marked too. There's a couple. Other places have only dropped 5%, other places, but watch what's going to happen, because nobody's going to be able to afford $1 million when the interest rates are 8%. That's 8 G's a month, 9 G's a month. You're going to have to make 30 G's a month minimum. So only less than 1% of the population makes that. All right. And that 1% of the population may not be buying in this certain location, right? So you guys have to understand that. So therefore, the same rules are going to apply. A $600,000 house, a $500,000 house could be $250,000. This could be $2,000 all over again. Not 2008. I'm talking about the year 2000, where the homes used to be $200,000, $150,000. I'm thinking that's going to happen for all the other ones that were presently $400,000, $450,000. They could be $200,000, $195,000, $175,000. So this is going to give you an opportunity. So get everything in order for this extra revenue in your pockets. Get that duffel bag of cash, blow it up. All right. Here we are, Mr. Financials in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. And he says, good evening, all. And it's known as Mr. Financial, ladies and gentlemen, also known as his alter ego, Chili Davis, Chilly Davis. Go check out his channel. He's dropping gems, ladies and gentlemen, nearly every day, trying to help you out like the SSN Nation way, help you with the stock market, help you maneuver through economic and financial information so you can make better decisions. He's doing it on his YouTube channel, Chili Davis. Go subscribe, please. Click the all notification bell. And then check out some of the videos and click that like button. Go check them out. Thank you so much for being in the house. Mr. Financials here. And ladies and gentlemen, we did talk briefly about the stock market. We did talk briefly. And it's been a red blood in the street type days. And I'm just going to show it again. Because again, you should have a smile on your face. Look at this damage. 2%, 3% drops, 1% drops. This is damage, ladies and gentlemen. 400 points lower to end a wild week of trading. Yes, negative. Go up and then come back down like 1929. So again, I was checking out Mr. Financial's video and he mentioned shorting and VIX in his video, trying to help you guys out, show some love. Because if the stock market keeps going down, these things have went up 50%, 60% SQQQ over the last 6 months. Notice it coincides with my January, February, talking about 1929 all over again. Don't buy stocks. Don't buy a house. Again, don't buy a house right now. Please. Why catch a falling knife? Why help them out? Just sit back and relax. These are the kind of things that you have to pay attention to, ladies and gentlemen. I've talked about this before, nothing new, but I just want to show the blood in the streets. Because we have citizens that work hard, just now may have found this video and they're like, wait, he said blood in the street. What's going on? Okay, well, just to recap, here's some stocks that you need to check out. AGNC. Check out the dividend, the percentage you receive annually. You don't mind 18%, do you? You're not going to mind 20% either, but it's high risk. NLY, 20%. N is in Nancy, L is in Larry, Y is in you. How about ORC? Another 20% dividend yield stock. High risk because they're REITs. So if you had those three, you're damn near, average 19%, 20%. Because I think the ORC is at 23. So we're going to be 20% on those three. But again, they're risky. They're REITs. You never know what's going to happen in a bad economy. But traditionally, what's happening is something weird. They normally don't drop like this because they get paid regardless. They have tenants because people get booted out of their foreclosure homes or people get booted out from the previous rental. So they still are able to rent. So they generally have their 5 to 10% profits coming in annually. But I don't know what's going on with these stock prices. That's why you have to do your own due diligence. And it is risky because they could end their dividends anytime in a bad economy. But I'm just giving you, and then you just throw in some others like PSEC. P as in Paul, S as in Sam, E as in Eric, C as in Charles. That's around 10 or 11%. So those are dividend stocks. So hopefully that helps you out. And then REFI, it's around 12%. REFI, these are REITs. So hopefully that helps you out. All right. And then, yes, Mr. Financial, I did talk about Tesla because you talked about Tesla also. And the other day when it went from 207, I believe, up to 220, 222. So somebody could have done some day trading And then all of a sudden today it's back to 204.90 or whatever, 205. So again, ladies and gentlemen, if the top 10 percenters own stocks, that's where you should be. If the top 10 percenters own real estate, that's where you should be. If the top 10 percenters own something, that's where you should be. Just put that in your head. Don't be shy. You can obtain the same thing. We live in America. You don't live in India. All right? You don't live in Russia. All right? You can do whatever you can maneuver to get there. Maybe over time, but nonetheless, be patient. And this is the time, 2 hours, 7 minutes in. Smash the like button. If you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. If you have any questions, please ask them. It's 2 hours in. I'm probably going to end this evening a little short. But Victor Marrero, if you're still here, when you go to the airport, I don't know if you're going to remember this. Actually, you're going to be walking right by that little mini mart. The one that they have the bottles sitting out in the cooler, the white ones, starts with a W, I think. But we just found out Moet changed their labels. So Moet has a white and black label too now. And I think they had a tinge of pink in it, which is bothersome because I think that was the Weichert. Maybe they bought them. But anyhow, I think it was Weichert or Wheat Shard or something like that. And also there's another rum that they have there that's blue. It's in a blue bottle with the net, fish net like over it. But we can't get it in America. I already checked. But anyhow, have a safe trip, Victor Marrero, to the DR. All right? And enjoy yourself. Be safe. And hope all goes well. But go around, check out some other things. And again, I'm hoping you remember about Awaken because I really want to know the answer. We paying $100 to get into the Hard Rock, then pay $150 to use Awaken because that's what I think it's like. That would be bad. That would not be good. Then that just means dinner in the sky. That's what that means because that's crazy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap this up unless anybody has anything else they want to talk about because I'm going to play something here. Let me go. So everybody who I did talk about Miracle Cash and more, maybe I'll play that. But you guys know I haven't even played any promo stuff today. So some people may be new here. So I have to play promo things every now and then. Right? So Nia Long. Let's go with Nia Long, the People's Choice Awards. I thought she was married all this time, and come to find out she's not. What the heck? Jeez. I should have just bogarted my way down to the seat. Jeez. Wouldn't have done me any good, though. Wouldn't have done me any good. But nonetheless, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to the People's Choice.
But it would have been so awesome. I was going to soar right through here like this. And whoops, I'm sorry. Vin Diesel, excuse me. My bad. Big fan though, Mr. Diesel. Excuse me. And then flying, and I'd be flying, and I'd land right. Where do I land?
Oh, come on.
Just a little SSN lifestyle teasers for you because you will be able to go into who knows what. All right. We're going to have to get back out here and having some fun, right? We can't be doing these live streams 3 days a week. We can't be making videos all the time. We're going to have to do some more SSN lifestyle stuff. That's right. 4 years and a few months, ladies and gentlemen. So therefore, we got to start getting back on the road again, right? Gonna have to have a little bit of fun, but I want some of you to join me. And the ways you can join me, SSN Lifestyle. That's the way you can join me, be a member. All right. We're going to have some opportunities coming up. So I'm going to start expanding back into the fold, so to speak, back into having some fun, back into going around to, LA, New York, chilling out around the world, doing some things every now and then. I think it's that time. Oh, and I think I may be unencumbered here shortly because you guys know, unfortunately, my mom passed away earlier this year. And generally, there's a probate scenario. And it's a funny thing that paperwork just came today and I didn't know it. And it looks like a transfer that needs to go to another family member. It looks like it's a done deal. It's a wrap. So I don't have to worry about that. I'm like co-executor, or was. And then I had family issues. So I was like, I can't be co-executor with this other person because they've already done some things. So then I said, I'll do a neutral party because I'm not going to argue with family members. So, and plus I'm not even in my mom's will, quite frankly. How about that? All right. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I mean, not named specifically. It's just things should be shared amongst all of us. And then some things she gave specifically to my siblings, which is fine because I was never supposed to be nowhere near Southeast United States, California kid. So she knew I wasn't coming to Southeast anything. But sometimes things change. But anyhow, so had to hang out. Hopefully this will all come to a head relatively quickly and swiftly. I don't have to be hanging around and some places that, I never really lived in my life. So that may happen quicker than I thought. I was expecting another freaking year or something, but it might happen sooner than that, which would be freaking awesome. So anyhow, just giving you guys some heads up. SSN Lifestyle, go check it out. Sister property. It's a lag a little bit for whatever, there's been some things going on, but there's a little lag, but we're about to blow the lids off shortly. So get in now because in fact, I'm just going to let you guys know. The Founders Club is going to go up because at Larimar, remember, go speak to Gennaro. He was on the line. In fact, let me see if I still have Gennaro's name on here. Here's Gennaro's number right here. I'm actually flying into Lawson SDQ. What? Okay. To say hello to family, then drive to Punta Cana Monday. However, I'll check it out at the airport. We'll also check Awakening. Victor Moreau, you can it's at the you're going to Hard Rock. It's at the stores. It's at the liquor store. So I don't know if you drink or anything, but if you go to any of the liquor stores, like the mall downtown and it has a grocery store, they have it in there. They have it everywhere. And sometimes it only comes in those little 16 or 20 ounces or something, the little bottles, not the big ones, but sometimes it's in the little ones too. So hopefully they still have that because I want to know. Thank you so much, Victor Morel. I appreciate it. If you can't check, then it's all good. I mean, and I don't know if you're coming back through SDQ or not, but definitely if you're going out Punta Cana, it's at right before you get to the gate to depart, they have a little mini mart there and it's in the open case. They had it there. I even called them. They were like, we don't have that right now. I was like, good grief. Anyhow, there's Gennaro Lamas's number. He's the master broker. If you guys want to get anything at Larimar, I'm going to tell you right now, a 1-bedroom ocean view, 89.9, 92.9, 93.9. That's it. You could be on 10th floor, 11th floor. You'll pay 92 or 93.9. All right. 13th floor, if it's available, Northeast Fallon, and it's, again, it could be 93.9. Or 94.9, but they didn't do 1,000 per floor, so it's not 110. So all I'm saying is, if you love what Larimar, in fact, I don't think I played the Larimar video, but contact Gennaro. He will help you out. He's an awesome guy. He's laid back. He's the master broker. He's going to help you any way you can. Just say you're with SSN Nation. He'll show you some love. All right. Just keep that in mind. And I'm going to play a 5-minute video. I know a lot of you are saying, Eric, all right, it's 2 hours and 17 minutes. But I love Vista Cana, still in the top 5. Love Larimar. Love Cruise on Land. I'm loving Primavera because they are actually a villa project that has said, okay, we like the mega resorts that happen and we hear you. So we're going to allow all our owners and guests to use any of these 3 complexes, and combined, we have lots of amenities. We just don't have a water park. We just don't have ocean view, but we have big ass villas, 1,800 square foot villa, $175,000. How about that? A 2,000 square foot villa, roughly 2,008 square feet, 210. This is 100 square meters. $100 per square meter. That's pretty damn good. If you want the 2,600 square foot, it's 2,587 square foot villa. That's pretty damn big for a second home villa. That's crazy. That is $250,000. And again, I'm loving that concept because no other place do I know of where you can actually live in one and use the other locations, and they still own, I don't even know how much it is, 100 acres right next door to number 4. And so I was like, is that going to be number 5? They're like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, but you own the lot, that whole swath of land next door. I'm okay. You're building villas. That's all you guys do. So clearly it's going to be another villa location, which means it's going to have some more amenities. And they have a commercial zone, but not a mall. It's just one of those a commercial zone at the end of the street. So when you turn onto the street, it's almost like Primavera Street. It's crazy. So they'll have stores there, and I'm assuming like a 7-Eleven or something like that. I don't think they're going to be something like, Nike or anything. I think there'll be stores that are for neighborhoods, like a restaurant, maybe even a grocery store. I don't know. But all I'm saying is it's going to be something along those lines that you would find down around your neighborhood. So they'll have that. And I just like that ecosystem. I'm like, that's brilliant. And so the question is, do you want to have a 2,000 square foot place, or do you want to have a 1,100 square foot condo, right? Or 1,200 square foot, right? And you still have a lot of, I love the amenities that count. People play basketball. People play, tennis. People go to the fitness room. If there's a game room, people use those. If there's a clubhouse and a man-made beach, people are going to go to those. There's a restaurant there. People are going to go eat there. Now they've set things up appropriately. And now you have multiple ones of those in the communities, except only one clubhouse and one beach. But nonetheless, you have a choice. You can live in 4, 3, or luxury. And they'll build any of that homes. Those square footages I'm talking about could be in any one of those sections. So I'm just like, man, I'm kind of like on the fence. I don't know what I'm going to do, but Larimar, I'm kind of loving, especially after I saw the drone footage. I'm like, I like being able to see. And if you can get a unit that's up front and you can see over, that's beautiful. Also, speaking of Primavera, they have something called a type A and B. Type A and B are townhouses. Now, you guys have been in Punta Cana. Some of you have villas. But have you ever seen a 2,000 square foot townhome in Punta Cana? I haven't. I'm sure they're in Cap Cana or Cocotel or some upscale place. But yes, it's over 2,000 square feet, these townhomes. And something different. Their renderings for the townhomes actually have a gate, almost like we're in frickin' Bel Air or something. So the townhomes actually have a gated their garage, so you can't just drive in. It's going to be gated. At least that's what the renderings show. And I'm like, where's these? They're like, they're not for sale yet. I'm like, okay, well, get back to me when they're for sale because I want to know how much they are. And I have a feeling they're going to be 210 because there are 2,010 square feet or something like that. So that's pretty large. And sometimes when they're attached, they're going to cost a little bit less. So they could be under 200, which puts them in the perfect price point. And if it's 2,000 square feet or 2,100, that's beautiful to me. So let me know what you guys think. Because again, that's the villa that I was actually looking for because they always made them 1,500, 1,300, 1,200. And I was looking for 3.5 baths. That's a must. I'm looking for at least 3 bedrooms because that gets you 6, sofa sleepers 8, and you can add the maid's quarters. So now we can sleep 10. Remember, the magic number is 10 or more. So if we have another bath, 4.5 bath, 4 bedrooms, 2,000 square feet, that's beautiful. And if it's a townhome, all the better. All right. Who cares about maintaining yards and things like that? So that works out good. Okay, let's go. We're also planning to do the Isla Sona tour around Thursday. Big YOLO. You only live once. That's why we work hard for. Also have a meeting with Counter-Rock director Tuesday. Victor Marrero. I don't know what your meeting's going to be about. Do you want to share? Because I'm curious. Because there's nothing to talk about from everything we know. The beach club is usable. And the amenities at the Hard Rock are not included in the project. So there's nothing actually they can do about it because it's not even part of the same company. Come to find out. It's not part of Hard Rock. So the only thing now is when are they going to build your building? And it's already been overdue. And I'm afraid that the way it looks right now, that's not going to be done next December. I don't see how that's going to be done. They have underground parking and all to deal with. So that's going to be interesting. But the question is, I was going to talk to you about this when you came back, but the question is to put in your head, are you going to be like, give me my money back? That's what I want to know. Because bottom line to the story, everybody that's at Vista Cana, remember the Pearl Beach Club presently during the day is like $25 or $30 a person to get in. So a beach club is cool, but anybody can get into the beach clubs if you pay. And it's so even if you're not at Cana Rock and you don't get to go to the beach club, you can always go to you don't have to pay to go to the beach actually. So maybe you'll get another place that's $250 or $230 rather. But I'm just saying there's all kind of choices if you decide to bail. But again, I'm not loving life right now because after that I saw that Panorama Lake model. I'm like, damn. Too bad they already said we'll give you. Well, actually, I don't know how much they're giving me back. I'm hoping everything. But they said we're going to give you your money back. So at Panorama Garden. So I think it's a wrap. Haven't signed anything officially, but it's at the lawyers. So it's pretty much a signed deal. But the point is, after seeing that, I'm like, oh, man, that's going to be sweet. Because the 2-bedroom at Panorama Garden is bigger. And it's a penthouse. And it's not designed like that either. So, which is weird. So we'll see what happens. All right. So you're going down to the Isla Sona Founders Club member. So you'll be able to tell people what it's like, because if you're a Founders Club member of SSN Lifestyle, guess where you get to go? Where Victor Marrero's going. Isla Sona Island on the cruise, then go down, then they have the barbecue for you. And apparently it's a pretty cool place. But that's included with Founders Club members who stay in Punta Cana. So only if you stay in Punta Cana. If you stay in another place like, let's say, Hawaii, then you will have different benefits that will be given to you in Hawaii, but it doesn't cost anything. So if Victor Marrero was a Founders Club member, he wouldn't be paying, I don't know how much it is, quite frankly. So I'm going to do this since we're just doing some overtime. I'll call this a little Friday night overtime, just conversation, right? And now let me know if you guys saw that Eric Says, the first edition of Eric Says. Let me know if you guys saw that one. And let's go over here. Let me see what it's worth. The Isle Isla Saona. I think that's how you pronounce it. Nobody's ever told me how you pronounce it. So hopefully that's how you pronounce it. All right, hold on. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to go over here. Let's go to the sister property. After the cashflow NFT.net. Okay. If you're going to get in, $3,000 left till we get to the NFT. Whatever percentage you put in, $250 increments, you can use USDT crypto or you can use PayPal. So if you want to get in, now's the time. Now, let's go over here. Let me see what this is. I think I have the value on here for the Founders Club for that. Isla Saona. In fact, Victor Marrero, am I pronouncing it right? Do you know how it's pronounced? Also, SSN Lifestyle Punta Cana Party Conference and Party, April 12th to the 16th. The tickets will go up Sunday night after the 15th. Where's this? Oh, here we go. $175 value. That includes them picking you up and dropping you off as well, because it's VIP, right? So anyhow, that's included for Founders Club members. Whenever they go to Punta Cana once a year, you get to stay there for free. So imagine staying at, Panorama Lake, that 2-bedroom, 1 week on the house. Like I said, there may be electrical charges or something unforeseen that we don't know about right now. But nonetheless, you'll stay there for the week. You don't have to pay anything additional, no resort fees, no additional stuff. Then you get to go to Island of Saona, and that would be included according to what we're paying for. It's $175, I believe, for 2 people. So that would be an all-day excursion. That's 1 day. Another day, you're going to the Pearl Beach Club. Another day, you have passes to the Caribbean Lake Park. So that's 3 out of 7, right? Full day fun in the sun. 1 day of rest maybe, but hey, who needs rest? Just say it. 2 tickets to Kathmandu Park every year. So you could be there with your friends going, I don't want to go to Kathmandu Park. We went last year, so here, take my 2 tickets. 4 tickets to Coco Bongo, and they're not just general and men's. They're the VIP second tier, the ones where you're sitting down because you don't want to be standing up for 3-4 hours. All right, sitting down. So there's more. But you can always go to SSN Lifestyle and find out about it and see how much it costs, the one-time fee, and then you have a monthly fee to become a Founders Club member. And every year, starting next year, Founder Club members will be able to say, hey, let me go stay in wherever in Punta Cana, and I'll use my week. And again, there's 5 blackout dates. Generally, it's Christmas, New Year's, President's Week, and Holy Week is the other. So, and then there's one more that I can't remember off the top of my head, but generally there's 5. But all the rest, if you want to go during prime time, you can hang during prime time. Nobody's stopping you. And transportation to and from the airport to where you're staying. And when it's time for you to go from where you're staying back to the airport, so you don't have to worry about transportation, even though it's relatively easy at Punta Cana, because people are waiting for you when you come outside. All right, let's see. All right, plan to discuss with the director everything: closing date, final amenities, the natural spa coming. Victor Marrero, what are you talking about? Natural spa. Is that a Galaxy thing, or is this? Where's this at? That's interesting. Finishing materials, rules for accessing beach club and other things. Yeah, Victor Marrero, that beach club, bad news. $25 a person, I believe. Not for you though, but I think if you have guests, I think they have to pay. But that would be good to know because that's still up in the air. It hasn't been built yet. But for people that already rent, this is why their rents have always been low, because I didn't realize that you had to pay possibly to go to the Kana Bay or whatever the beach club is. I didn't know you had to pay. I thought it was included. And now I hear, because George was there, that they put a gate up because you used to just be able to walk through. He's like, no, there's a gate there. I was like, oh, that's different. All right, let's see. Am I saying it? Yes, you are saying it right. Sayona, thank you so much. Okay, so a little bit of my Spanish didn't wear off. That's good. All right. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. So that's good news. But yes, those are the main things, Victor Marrero. So it's going to be very, very interesting when you come back, because I don't even know if they know, because aren't you supposed to be done like December 2023? But like I said, that's going to be a tough timeline to hit. And would they not put in all the similar furnishings and materials that they've put in the other projects, like the Terra, like the Condo Star, or whatever they've done? I would think they would put in the same things. Basically, everybody's place looks the same. They're getting that same particle boardish counter stuff and that light tan, just like Panorama Lake. They're getting those brown doors, although I want the white doors if I was there. Now I'm not going to be there no more, so I don't want the white doors. But they had these white doors in the tower model. I was like, can I get these white doors? So they have the brown doors. They have the flooring. That's that tannish color. That's everywhere. Whether you're staying at the beach, whether you're staying apparently at Panoramas, whether you're staying almost everywhere, they have the same type flooring. So I don't know about the finishings. Access in the beach club is major, because if you have renters, are they going to have to pay? $25 a person is unacceptable. I think that's what somebody was saying. And all the amenities at the Galaxy, are they going to be able to access, which I'm pretty sure they would be able to, but you never know. Things are changing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there is Gennaro Lamas. I'm gonna leave you. Well, I'm not gonna leave you with anything yet. I'm gonna play the 5-minute Larimar video, because this is my 1A right now. I have Cruise on Land video. I might even do another video on Larimar and Cruise on Land, because they're close by and they are different. And some other news: if you are considering Cruise on Land, they raised the price. 2 studio units as a 191, which sleeps 8 now. 2 studio penthouse units, 2 jacuzzis, 4 bathrooms, 2 suites. They connect doors in the middle. That means you can always rent them as 2 separate studios, or you can rent it as 2 separate studios or a 2-bedroom, which is pretty cool. So that gives you flexibility, and it costs $191 fully furnished. How about that? About $150, I believe it was, somewhere in there, $140, $150 unfurnished for that configuration. So they have things, like I said, that is off the charts. They have a 3,500, which is going to be a 5,000 square foot amphitheater. Larimar is going to have a 10,000 seat auditorium, right? Cruise on Land has a little park and a little store that has fruit, and they're going to grow fruit and do things like that. Larimar is going to have a full-blown supermarket. So then Cruise on Land is going to have a water park. They're going to charge people for the water park. I love it. Off the street, I love it, because that means those people off the street are going to be paying for other things, and therefore that helps us with our HOA. Larimar, no water park, but they have water everywhere. That whole side of a ridge, even with an overhanging pool, cantilevered pool, is allegedly going to be there. So they have their own man-made beach using crystal lagoons across their whole front. So that's pretty awesome. Cruise on Land has their sports complex, driving range, soccer field, baseball field, tennis courts, basketball courts, included. All these are included amenities at these two locations. Larimar City also has a sports complex. Same thing, except instead of a driving range, they have an actual 18-hole golf course. So that's different. But they're the same, and they're similarly priced somewhat, except when it comes to these condos, the pricing right now is out of whack, because at Cruise on Land, you can only get a studio unit fully furnished for $90,000 or $74,000. Or did they? I think they. Well, okay, sorry. In buildings 3 and 4, it's now $100,000 for the studio unit fully furnished. The one bedroom, not a studio, a one bedroom is $89,900 at Larimar. To furnish it, though, might cost you 15 G's. So it's going to end up being one bedroom or studio. The 2-bedroom is $118,000. The 2-bedroom there is now $160,000, $170,000 fully furnished. So if you can get $119,000, $120,000, well, it's going to cost you $20,000, $25,000 to furnish. So it wins on price again. So once again, it's a give and take, and I get ocean view potentially at Larimar. And it's upscale, because we have 5-star hotels. 2 5-star known hotels are going to be there. And they already signed 4 hotels total. They have 10 to go. But they plan on having 5-star, which means I should be able to charge more money if I'm at Larimar. But again, units that hold more people, we can charge more. So it's between Cruise on Land. So again, when we start doing these comparisons, you can't go wrong with either one, nor can you go wrong with Vista Cana, nor can you go wrong with, well, Cana Rock right now. I'm not liking what I heard from the last visit. I'm not liking it. I thought all this time that they had an agreement of some sort that they would give you some sort of colored ban or something where you can actually go to the restaurants in there, or you can go use some of the amenities in there. But apparently, no way, no go. So that changes things dramatically. That'd be like staying at the Vista Cana, and they go, "I'm sorry, you can't buy your way in, and you can't come in here. You can't use the beach club. You can't use the sports complex. You can't go golfing." Well, at Cana Rock, you can go golfing, but you can only go golfing. You can't use nothing else in here. That would be crazy. So all I'm saying is that's kind of weird. And it's the same thing that the beach did. They closed themselves out. People aren't going to be able to go to the Crystal Lagoon and share. So therefore, everybody that lives there is going to have to pay for everything. And it changes things a little bit in my eyes. And I want to let you guys know something else too. If you're into the real estate in Punta Cana, I had to start doing some little more research, because next year they're anticipating 8 million people coming. They're going to say what I was saying for the last year. 2 years. I said 7.5 to 8 million people I'm expecting this year. They said, yeah, there's going to be 8 million. They're trying to think about 9. I'm like, holy smokes. But all I'm trying to say is I was checking out rentals last week in Punta Cana. And you guys remember Primavera 2, because that's where the Simon residences are, the condos. But they have villas there. The people there are renting their condos for, I mean, not condos, but their villas for 150, 120, even 95 for their 3-bedroom, 2 baths, or I think there's 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. But nonetheless, and some of them had jacuzzis that they spent $10,000 extra for. But when they bought their units, they were $100,000 or less. You could have bought a unit for 80 grand. That was a 3-bedroom, 2 bath. 2-bedroom, 2 bath was like 60 grand at one point. So now they're up to around 140, 150. But the point is, because they bought it 100 grand or less, they're able to get 100 to 100, 95 to 150 per night. That's a win. A big win, because even if they get just $1,000 per month, they're at 10%. Worst case scenario. And 1,000 is 150 just 1 week is for some people, or if you're doing 95 a night and you get 10 nights, 12 nights. And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, that's the most important. People are leaving reviews. And this is Primavera 2. They are actually saying, we love the amenities. They haven't even built this out yet, even though they do have 4 or 5 roads. They probably at least have 100 buildings there, 100 villas there, and people are living there. But the point I'm trying to make is people are saying we love the amenities, and here's the amenities. They have 3 pools that are open. One of the pools has a cabana, and it appears to be roughly, let's say, 20 by 30, and it has a roof on it so people can chill out in there, barbecue, do whatever. And it has a basketball court. It has a running or cycling trail. But the other pool that they have has a balcony area and loungers and things like that. And the third pool is just the same. The fitness center, the game room, the kids' playground area is not even built. So just off of the basketball court and the 3 pools where you can just walk around any pool, I think there's 2 basketball courts there. I don't think the soccer field's even open yet. People are leaving accolades just for that. So this is why I'm sitting there like, oh my gosh, people are happy with just that. Well, we got sports complexes at Vistacana, Larimar, Cruise on Lake, Cruise on Land, and other complexes are planning on putting sports complexes in there. Maybe it's overkill if people are just happy with a basketball court and pools. And like I said, I don't think the soccer field's in. But if it's that simple and they're able to get 10 to 15% annually, that's pretty awesome. That just bodes well for everybody that has open units, meaning if I go to Vistacana and I can go to the sports complex and not have to pay, and I can go to the beach club and not have to pay, those amenities that means it's off the chart to people. So that's the difference. So if we have to pay, well, not we anymore, but if you have to pay at Punta Cana, at Vistacana, or like at Cana Rock, or like at Beach Club or any place, if you got to pay for stuff, that might take away from the rental value. Might. Still might, because demand beats everything. Because if there's no place to really stay and you still have to pay for the amenities, you can still charge. So that's the only thing. This is a gray area. We're all guinea pigs, but we're doing our best. This is real-time stuff. So again, I was doing a little research and I was shocked just by the little amenities. People are giving accolades, but they're staying in villas. And some of the villas actually did have the jacuzzi out back, did have like a little cabana out back. So that was nice too with the barbecue grill. So maybe that has something to do with it. Some of them were nicely done. So that could have something to do with it. And that goes along with creating an atmosphere for your guests. So adding a jacuzzi could be good if you have a villa. Adding a little cabana type place outside, that would be nice with the barbecue grill. All that is bonuses, and people might consider that this is awesome. So again, think about it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're going to wrap this up. I am going to play the Lorimar because I've been talking about it. Check out Gennaro. That's his WhatsApp number. Say you're from the SSN Nation, so he takes care of you. He's an awesome guy. He's a great guy. His assistant is Michelle. She might, get into it because, he's the main guy. He's busy. But at least call him up and say, hey, I'm with SSN Nation. And then I'll let you know again. 1 bedrooms, ocean view, $89,900 on a lower level. I think they do raise the price a couple G's when you start going up. But nonetheless, you want to be on 6th floor and higher. But I have something I wish I could show you. And I was like, this is the moon shot. I was telling somebody this is the shot at Lorimar that I would have on the brochure, along with that ocean view cantilever picture that I've showed before. But again, don't get me wrong, I love Vista Cana. They're still in my top 5. All right. But again, some things have shuffled around because of when a place charges its renters to go to the beach, and now you find out some of the amenities like at Cana Rock is not available to renters, and possibly this could be going on at Vista Cana. That kind of rubs me the wrong way, because every brochure for 2 years has always said, hey, these are the amenities. I call amenities things that you can actually go to. Otherwise, you don't call them amenities. I don't tell somebody that you can go to the beach and the beach is locked. You follow what I'm saying? I don't count that as an amenity. So all I'm saying is that's kind of crazy. I don't say that we can go to the beach club, we can go to the sports complex and the golf course, and it's part of the thing and all that. And then all of a sudden it's like, no, we might charge for it. I don't want to hear none of that. I get salty. But again, they're all going to be awesome projects. There's going to be demand. But the question is, how much can we charge? Well, we're guessing. We're doing our educated best. So I'm going to pull up. Okay, I was going to pull up another video. But I'm going to play. I should do Lofty Brickle. And by the way, everybody in Miami. Okay, I should say Miami since I'm talking real estate. 428. Residences at 1428. If you're looking for something in downtown Miami in the Brickell, well, I don't even know if it's considered Brickell, but anyhow, downtown in the Brickell area, I'm going to say that because that's kind of by the river. 4 residences at 1428. Go check this out. Yeah, it's off the charts. I don't even know how much it costs. I'm afraid to look. I'm serious. Because the opens feeling, you can spiral staircase type of structure in the middle of the unit. And the unit is not 1,500 square feet. It's huge. And it has ocean view. It's sweet. I'm trying to get some information, but once I do from Sophia, she's a realtor. I'm going to actually show you guys what that is probably on Monday. But nonetheless, so let me show you Lorimar once again. And I'm surprised I don't have. That's interesting. That's interesting. What else is interesting? I don't have Lorimar on here. That's weird. All right. Well, I'm going to add it. So I'll show you what I've been ranting and raving about here. And it's not even everything that I've told you isn't even the whole thing. It's not even the whole thing. That's the problem. There's more than just what I'm telling you. They created a Central Park. What you again, if you guys, it's hard to describe. I want to. Well, it's not really, but you guys know City Center in Las Vegas. That's what they're creating. And just picture like when you drive up to REA, if you've ever been there, they have that separation and you drive around. Well, just picture that instead of driving around, that's just a big old open area, the size of the whole complex of City Center, and that's a Central Park where there's soccer fields, trees, walkways, splash pads, Central Park open, just walking through, chilling, and beach and lakes. Yeah, that is what's going on at this place, Larimar. It's out of control. It's out of control. Out of control. And they have downtown nightclubs, bars, restaurants. Their plans actually were approved for the areas, which on Monday, I'm going to show those. I have pictures because they could only give me pictures. I don't have their whole portfolio, but I have the 10 pages, and they got approved for their building structure. So their units that they were showing that's available, those were approved. Everything was approved. They sent that to me as well. I was just like skeptical because there's no buildings over 4 or 5 floors high in all of Vista Cana. I didn't remember it anyhow. I mean, maybe the hotels in Cap Cana might be, but I didn't pay attention. But all I'm saying is I was very skeptical about 15 floors, and they were approved for 18 floors. They're just building 15 instead of 18. So I thought that was pretty awesome. And the square meters for where they're going to put things. So they have the mall on there. They have everything that they say was in their plans that got approved. The only thing I didn't see was the 18-hole golf course, but I'm having to translate everything. So maybe it's in there and I didn't see I don't have all 10 pages of their admittance. So I don't know. But I've seen like 4 or 5. So the other 4 pages probably have a golf course, but I didn't see it. But nonetheless, even if, I'm not big on golf courses anyhow. Reason why, maintenance. I'm like, if somebody wants to go golf, they can just go to the 20 golf courses around here. You don't need to make one. I'm just like, hey, we could use that land for something else like solar panels. I mean, oh, by the way, Larimar says, get this, your HOAs, how about like $75 a month for the 1-bedroom? How about $100 a month for the 2-bedroom? And you want to know why? This is ingenious. Where the water is and the beach that they're making for that 100 or 200 yards, that's meandering about, and where that pool is that overlooks over the edge, that's cantilevered over the mountain, that's actually where the hotels are. So actually, it's brilliant. The hotels are going to maintain that. And at least that's the way I look at it. I'm not the developer. I don't know the developer. I don't know. But that's the way I look at it, because otherwise we'd be paying an arm and a leg. This is like 300 square yards of beach and water moving around all day, every day. That's going to cost an arm and a leg. So what do? You put hotels down there, and they are going to be paying for all that electricity use and all that. And then you say, whoever lives here gets use. You agree, sign off. Otherwise, you can't hang here. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So there's a separation. So you get to come out the gates and you go down to that area. The people that are at the hotel, well, I guess they could come to the gates if they have a card or you know them, but they wouldn't do that because they're at the hotel. So they're 5-star hotels. They're not thinking about coming to your condo. You know what I'm saying? They're staying they're in bungalows over the water. That Five Diamond hotel brand is coming, putting bungalows over a water. They're not coming to your condo. They're going to go to the bungalows over water. So all I'm saying is it's brilliant. So that's why the maintenance or HOAs aren't going to be outrageous, because that's what I was worried about. All right, check it out, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's getting late. It's almost 3 hours. We're cutting it off, but check out this 5 minutes long Larimar. And again, I'm going to take this off the screen. Gennaro Lamas, if that's his WhatsApp, let him know you're from SSN Nation if you want to get in touch with him. But there it is. 1-809-327-2191. And he'll hook you up. He's very nice. And Michelle, too, is his assistant. Both very nice, very helpful. All right. And, geez, I could talk all night. I've talked about this on Wednesday. There's something, like I said, I mentioned it on Wednesday. Can you imagine? Here's the dilemma: 220,000, 230. You can have a 2-bedroom and a 1-bedroom and make it a 3-bedroom that sleeps 10 for 220, 230, which is very interesting as well, because then you can rent it as a 1-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, or a 3-bedroom. You have flexibility. And they have ocean view. That's pretty sweet. Anyhow, that's an option as well, just to give you an idea. That's what's in my head. So that's why this dilemma, I have a big dilemma right now. What am I going to do? But anyhow, there's his number. I'm going to take it off screen. Check out this. This is Larimar. And then I want to hear any other comments before I go about this or anything else that we talked about tonight. And I want to thank everybody for being here. I really appreciate it. I thank you for your support, especially now and for all these years. And let's keep it rocking and rolling. But check this out. This is a 5-minute video of Larimar. City is what it's called. They also have, I'll just show it. Oh, hold on. Let me show you guys the money shot, because I don't know if this is taken from the video. I think it is. But let me show you guys something that I thought was very interesting. Very interesting. Let me see if I can't change my screen, which is a shame. Oh, yes, I can. If they make, this is a rendering, right? The buildings will not look all the same. They're making them different. But look at this here, ladies and gentlemen. Can you see this? Look at this. Geez, I can never get this right. But there you go. This is a man-made beach with crystal lagoons. This goes all the way down. You notice, let me see if I can point to it. Notice here, going across, that's a walkway. So they've actually made a walkway across, and that's a level down, which is kind of cool. So I just want to let you guys know, this is their renderings. Now, that is sweet to me. That's a, well, postcard. And the other postcard is when you're facing the other way and it overlooks the mountain. And if you can actually see the ocean, well, that's worth a lot of money. And that gets you renters there, even though it may be 20 miles or 20 kilometers from the airport. People will still stay there because you have ocean view, even though it's that far away. And you have all those other amenities. So it's major. So again, that's a postcard view. If they actually make it look like this, that would be sharp. That'd be special. Let me know what you guys think about Larimar. Again, $89,900 for a one-bedroom ocean view. Two-bedroom, $118,900. Let me know what you think. Now, I want to do this because some of you are going, no way, Eric. So here's what I was doing when I messed up. So when you, some of you may have done building projects before with trying to get something done. So you know what you have to do. Let's just say, for instance, I have vacant land like this right here, and it could be agriculture, right, or commercial, or just mixed use, or it could be designated a bunch of things. But when you have land in the middle of nowhere, it's just not even residential. It's not commercial. It's just like unassigned. It'll be like a C2, R2. Okay, anyhow, my point being, this is out in the middle of nowhere. So what you would have to do is, in order to get permission to build any complex, I would have to go down to the planning department, the building department. I have to submit a basically not blueprint, but I have to tell them, here's what I plan on building. Like, let's just say I had an acre and I say, hey, I'm trying to subdivide these into 4 lots. I want to build 4 homes. I want the 4 homes to be 2,500 square feet to 3,500 square feet. This is where the driveway is going to be. And then I want to put a store over here, a feed store in this area over here. And so I have to submit that. And then they're going to look at it and be like, I'm sorry, we're not going to allow this feed store over here. We'll let you subdivide. We'll let you call it residential, but that feed store is commercial. So we're not going to do a mixed use stuff and all that. We're going to make it residential. Now, if you want to make a store somewhere, you're going to have to go over here and get this over here or put it over here. So then I have to submit it. Under there, we go back and forth. I submit it. Then if they allow me to do that, then they say, approve. We approve that you can do this layout. That's generally what they have at Larimar. All right. So I just gave you basically, theirs was 10 pages though. It's in a little binder book. It's 10 pages. So they submitted, and at the end of their presentation, after showing the amount of people in the buildings, and then they show where we're going to put things on a map, right? So at the end, they have a summary. So I actually am going to show you guys, because some of you may be able to pause this on a replay, and it's on my phone for now, but I'm actually going to do a video about it. But it's in English, and here's the summary. This is exactly what they got certification for. And I want you to notice where you can see 30,000 dwellings, 2,000 hotel places, C is hospital, colleges, university, F is office areas, hotels, casino, restaurants, small shopping areas, and then you notice K, and it says shopping mall. That green areas that I was talking about, Central Park with leisure area and sports, because they're planning on putting a soccer field there. Water treatment, renewable energy. That's why our energy bill may be 0, because they're going to have the wind power and solar, one or both. Now, look at the characteristics on the housing. Dead screen. All right. Look at that. Look at this. A, various types of dwellings will be developed, 1, 2, 3 bedrooms. Okay, you guys, the 3 bedrooms are penthouses. They're not for sale. They're going to be $300,000, 306, 308, 342, depending on ocean view or not. Building, notice, up to 18 floors. They're doing 15. They have to do in zone A. I already know, I read at the bottom, but zone A is where you can have up to 18 floors. And then on their plot map, they show zone A. So if I have a picture of the page, so I know where zone A is. So zone B, you can only have 10 floors high. All right. And then in zone C, which is the hotels, you can only go 4 floors high. All right. And then notice and see at the bottom, they start explaining it, right? So you see zone A, that's up to 18. Housing zone B, you can go up to 10. See it down here, hotel housing zone C, up to 3 heights. That's the villas that's around the golf course. Those are going to be 3. They can go up to 3 levels high, and then the hotels can go 4 levels high. That's why you want 6 level high or more when you start talking about ocean view, because the hotels potentially could block because they have 10 hotels. So this was on their executive summary, and they got the freaking certification. They got approved. So now what comes next? Because a lot of people are naysayers. They're like, oh, it's not going to happen. I'm like, hey, they already got approved, and it's in their approval information. I said, now what's going to come next, though, is you have to have building codes. And so now they have to submit their blueprints and make sure they're up to the code of wherever that county or city is. It's in Higüey. But nonetheless, they have to build, and they're going to build up to code because they're going to be probably cement, right? So not a problem. But the point is, they have it all in their plan. So it's not like they have to go back and be like, hey, man, I want to add this, add that. They have it in there already. And they have pictures. So therefore, that got approved like it's supposed to. And then now they're going to have to go back. So each building, they have to bring their plans in and say, hey, is this good? Is everything okay? They have to sign off. That's when they're going to get their permit to build. All right. So this thing is actually going down. There were some realtors that said, oh, it's not going to happen. They don't have approval. I'm like, okay. So I told them, hey, I need to see this thing too. And they said, okay. So they sent it over. And I'm like, this is approved. They have their certification for this. And I'll show that on Monday. So actually, for these realtors that said it's not going down, it's going down. They're building 15 floors. They're allowed to go to 18. So I'm just saying, anything in zone A, they can do 18. And by the way, zone A, I should have showed you that. Zone A is across the front, right where you want to be. They're the ones that's up close to where the hotels are, where you could potentially have ocean view. That's zone A. I'm like, hell yeah. Back where the Central Park or where the meandering other stuff behind, they've got to drop it to 10 floors. And I have a feeling that's why the Tower 17 and 18, I think they were in zone B, according to the map I was looking at. So they couldn't actually build 18 floors on Tower 17 and 18. I think they can only go 10 floors high on Tower 17 and 18. That's how far back it looked to me on the plot map. So I think that's why they stopped selling it. So anyhow, it all makes sense that way. So now that I have the actual information, I was a little more excited because I was like, I didn't think they were going to get approval. I was like, okay, this is going to be. And oh, by the way, one other thing about Larimar, since I'm promoting now, it says in their plans up to 10 years. That's what it says. And I kind of figured it was going to be 8 years, 6 years. I don't mean that it's going to take that long to build the Tower 1 and 2. Tower 1 and 2, they're going to be done in 3 years. And probably some other towers. But in order to get down there to Tower, whatever, 30 or 40, it's going to take a while. All right. And building out the whole complex, they estimated up to 10 years. So that's what I'm saying. So just like Cruise on Land, they're going to have their first 2 buildings. I think building 1 and building 2 and building 3 and 4, maybe in 2025. Buildings 1 and 2, I think, is in 2025. Buildings 3 and 4 is 2026, just to give you an idea. So they also are going to be on a 6-7 year plan because they also have lots of amenities that they need to build. And it's going to take a while. So they're both along the same line. So the question is, are you going to be in with the hotel that, the first section and get the cheap property, or are you going to have to wait and get phase 2 or next towers? And again, there's something that's coming up that you guys kind of got it hinted about, but there's going to be some new buildings, not new, but there's another building in section A. They're going to turn the building so there's more ocean view, or let's just call it Punta Cana city view for right now, until I can go there myself and be on the ridge and see if this is legit. But nonetheless, they're changing the building so you can actually see the ocean in more units. And so they got approved for 18 stories high. They didn't have to get approved for the actual configuration, even though they had to put in configurations. So they've already been talking about moving the building a little bit, shifting it, which would make sense, because that's what I would do. I'd put it at diagonal. So from two sides of my building, people have ocean view, and from the other two sides, you don't. Instead of just one side flat up, I would turn it a little. But anyhow, that may be their adjustment, so they'll get away with it if it's just turning of the building, because it's still in the same spot, so it won't be any biggie. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, this is pretty exciting for me, because this is something that I used to do all the time. Back in the day when I was much younger, I was going around doing this crazy stuff, making this kind of thing right here that Larimar's doing. Victor Marrero, he says, as owners, you don't pay. Now you're referring about renters, right? Yes. Will at Margaritaville, renters get charged a daily resort fee, so I don't see an issue with that. Victor Marrero, that's not what's going to happen at Cana Rock, though, from what I understand, because George was staying there, and he's thinking just kind of like what you're saying. He's coming with the fam. He's got his shorts on, getting ready to go to the pool. And they said, I'm sorry, hold on. And he says, I'm staying here. And then they said, no, we're separate. You can only go to the casino and the restaurant. You can't go anywhere else. And also, I don't think the owner said he can't go in Hard Rock either. He can go to that casino and deli and that restaurant right by the casino, but nothing else. In fact, I might even have some text from him. I think he said he can go to the beach club, but I think he said that anybody else that goes to the beach club got to pay $25. That's what he says. I think that was it. But you'll find out tomorrow or the next day for sure, because you're in Galaxy, and maybe different buildings might have different amenities. You never know, because they are separate buildings. I don't know if they're the same developer, but they're separate buildings. And your unit costs way more than a 2-bedroom like at I think the condos or whatever. So there may be something where they prepay. You never know. There could be different arrangements. So, but at Margaritaville, just like a lot of resorts, they don't charge. I mean, okay, 10, 15, 20, $30 a day for everybody as a resort fee. They don't sit there and say, well, we're going to charge each person that's staying in the room $40 or $35 each. That's what's going to happen at Hard Rock, or that's what was going to happen with George. It was $103 for each person for the day, 10 to 5. So again, I don't remember which project they were in, but the point is they were going to have to pay every day for everybody. It wasn't no 30, 40 bucks like at Margaritaville. I think Margaritaville's, it's got to be 30, 40 bucks. Westin's, they're like 15 to 25. So I'm thinking, what's the worst case scenario? Hell yeah, I'm paying $40 a day at Margaritaville, or 45. Doesn't matter, because 5-6 people, we're paying $40 a day. No biggie. I don't mind that. But yeah, that's the big issue, Victor Marrero. So I'm glad you're there, because you as an owner, you'll get down to the business when you're there. So we'll all find out, because as far as I know right now, it seems like people have to pay as renters. And I don't think, and you'll also be able to tell us if, in fact, if you own at Galaxy, if an owner can actually go in and use the water park, can use the pools, can go eat. I would be shocked about that. But, you usually pay for restaurants, but we'll see, man. You're going to be the one that tells us the whole answer. You'll know. So it'll help us all out. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Larimar is my number one. Gonna look for a 2-bedroom. James Way. That's it, man. That's it. I hear you. 2-bedroom, ocean view, by the way. Why get a 2-bedroom? Why get a 2-bedroom, right? I mean, why get well, unless you like the pool area and want to watch the pool, that's cool. But if I'd rather watch open space, because we know nobody's going to be building in front of you. Unless they build, well, they're going to have to build 40-story tower or something, which they will not get approved. Here's what I'm doing right now. I think I have, well, I know I have the units. Oh, hold on. Is this today? No. Hold on a second. Just for you, James Way. What? Wow, that's crazy. All right. I just found out in building 2, they made a special unit. That's funny. That's funny. They have a special unit. They have a 78. Geez, that's insane. They have a 78 square meter terrace on level 14. So they did something special in that building, but it's $342,000, ladies and gentlemen, above my for my rental status situation. I'm not spending that. You can buy a house if that was the case, or a couple of units somewhere else. I'm not going to do that. Here, James Way, I'm looking. I thought I had the prices for you. In fact, I do. I missed Gennaro. I missed his message. Yeah, James Way, we got to go. You got to be 6 levels high, at least. Ocean View, which is called Northeast Fallon. And and really, you want to go high as possible. So if we're on this, I'll just go up here. Let's go up to, oh, wait, hold on. 12th floor taken. 13th floor Ocean View taken. 14th floor reserved. 15th floor not for sale. Oh, they are for sale now. Okay. So 2-bedroom penthouse. Looks like $306,000. Yeah, it looks like level 7 2-bedroom is $118,900. That's Northeast Fallon, which means that's the Ocean View or City View. I'm gonna go with City View until I get there and see myself. And then level 6 is reserved. So basically, level 4 is available, level 3, level 2, of course, because the hotel might be blocking. So basically, level 6 and level 7, they're the only 2 bedrooms left. And there's a reason this happened. There's a reason it happened. So I'll show you guys this so you can see that I'm not joking. Here, let me see if I can. I don't think I can. Yeah, I think I can show this. All right, there you go. I can never get this right. Where are we at? Where is it at? Okay, level 7. 707 is a 2-bedroom. It's not the green line, it's the white line. 707 Northeast Fallon, see 118.9. So that's the only one. And then on the 6th level, somebody actually blocked. So I misread, it's blocked. So somebody actually said I want it. So the 6th level and up is what you need. And then what I was referring to is, see, when you go down lower, these potentially are blocked by the hotels. So that's why nobody's getting those. But it's not in stone. It's not in stone that they're blocked. That's the thing. Because it depends on where they position them. So the hotel, it might not be blocked actually. Building 1 might be on the outside of the hotel, but again, you need GPS and all that stuff before you start determining trying to get below level 4. So that means now everybody that says, hey, how come there's no units? It's because building 17 and 18 that was for sale, they had to not sell them. And again, it's in B zone as far as I'm concerned. So they couldn't have sold it because it was only going to be 10 levels high. Those people, they moved them to Tower 1. So the fact is, since you took people from there and put them in Tower 1, that means they took up the units. So that's why they went. But guess what? For James Way and everybody else, it's one of those things. Isn't it nice to be with the SSN Nation? Because we sometimes have special deals. Tower 2, Building 9, Tower 2, Floor 9. SSN Nation members, you can stay there. Tower 2, Floor 9. Except the what I'm going to tell you is this. You, as an SSN Nation member, nobody else, exclusive, they have the 9th floor open for SSN Nation members. Now, the unit you cannot have, there's only 2 bedrooms on the Northeast Edition. So I'm looking for number 9 because you're going to have 905, I believe. 906, 907 is not available yet. It's blocked. All right. So just letting you know, unit, I believe it's 905 that you can have. So that's the only 2-bedroom that's going to have the ocean view, but all the other units on level 9 is going to be possible. Now, here's the other thing. Needless to say, guys, you know I'm greedy. So I'm like, hey, man, let's go up to level. How about level 12? I'm trying to move up. All right. I'm trying. We got to negotiate, right? We're trying to move up. Instead of 9, we want 12. How about higher, right? I haven't gotten an answer yet, but nonetheless, it is what it is. Damn, I missed Gennaro. Might have been on today. I didn't realize he sent me this. He asked me about the YouTube thing. Damn, I wish I would have had him on. But nonetheless, that's it. All right. So I'm letting you guys know. Yeah, so I'm trying to move up. But anyhow, we have a floor that the developer has said, we love you, Eric. We like you, Eric. We appreciate you talking about it. We'll open it up for you, even though I'm not even supposed to do that because information is basically a investment fund. They said they want all Tower 2. All of it. An investment fund. Top 1%ers. Top 1%ers like 5 diamond resorts, 5-star resorts. They like celebrity chefs. They like top chefs. They like shopping centers that have top stores. They like golf, championship golf courses. They love that. So, okay, it works. If you're going to have wealthy people hanging out in your establishment, then you need all of the wealthy interior infrastructure built. Remember how I told you about making your units. You make your units built for a person who stays in high-end locations, even though you may not think it's high-end. Vistacana, Primavera, Vistacana, I think high-end. So I would make my stuff high-end. I don't care if it's in Primavera. I don't care if it's in a villa in Brisas. It's got to be high-end. So when a person comes, they stay there. You want nothing but good news. Sheets, pillows, like I said, everything. The furniture, comfy. You don't want none of this IKEA stuff. None. Zero. Don't think about it. Unless it's very well made. That's all I can say. But no. So just think about it, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So James Way, he says, yes, ocean view all the way. Exactly. There's no other option as far as I'm concerned if you have first choice. Because, again, here's the dirty little secret, which is not dirty. The secret is they're charging these rates right now for ocean view. I can't even believe the 9th floor is 119 for a 2-bedroom. Oh, and I got to give you an important message, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot about this. If you're still here considering Larimar, here's the downfall. There is a downfall. It's major until we can talk these guys into doing the right thing. There is nothing in the freaking unit. No white line. That's why the price is cheap. No fridge, no stove, no range, and no washer dryer. All right. I, for one, don't know how much I kind of know what a refrigerator costs, but I'm not putting in a $5,000 or $4,000 refrigerator. I will put in stainless steel, but it will not be that. I'm just saying. The fridge, the electric. We're going to put electric range up, right? No gas needed. Electric range. Okay. 1,500, 2,500, somewhere in there. We're good. Oven-wise, well, again, 1,500, 2,500 range. So, again, we could get up to about $10,000. And then the washer and dryer, 700 to 1,200 roughly. So, yeah, we'll get to somewhere around 6,500 to 8,500 maybe. But if I'm buying something at 119, that's a deal. And it could be 127 with white line, 129. Still a deal in my eyes. But I just want to let you know there's nothing included. AC units, not even. Wait, hold on. Disregard the AC thing. I can't remember if he said AC. I can't remember right now. I think it was 3 AC units. I just can't remember. So disregard the ACs. We'll find out later about the ACs. But I know for a fact, no white line as we call it, which I was like, wait, what? Everybody includes white line. So I was like, well, what's the furniture package? They don't have that all set up yet. They don't have a furniture package. But I will tell you this. The next buildings they're building, the developers already hinted 200 Gs. I'm just saying, I don't know what the units are going to be, the same, different, or whatever, but they're going to be 200 Gs. And if they're 200 Gs, then that sets the stage for every building thereafter to be the same price. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing the best I can in case we have floor 9. There's only one 2-bedroom ocean view that's bona fide available. One could open up a one bedrooms available. 2 1-bedroom ocean views are available. And I'm thinking that's wrong. A 2-bedroom ocean view is available. And there is no one bedroom may have partial, but no. Because the configuration is 3 units across. I kind of have it, but I didn't want to keep going, but I will. That's not right. That's not right. Hold on. I got to go up some floors, ladies and gentlemen, so I can make sure about something. Yeah, I'm going to have to talk with the guys tomorrow to make sure I got it right. But anyhow, the way the configuration is, only a 2-bedroom is going to have ocean view. 2 of the 2 bedrooms have an ocean view, and 1 of the 1 bedrooms have a straight on ocean view. The other 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom could have a partial because it has side view. You can see between the buildings. So on your balcony, you'll be able to see, and maybe in one of the bedrooms or something, but you want the first ones up front. There's only 3 in these configurations: a 2 bedroom, a 1 bedroom, and 2 bedroom. All right. So hopefully you got it. And I'll be talking with Gennaro tomorrow. So anybody want to email me, but you can get on floor 9 and you can get Tower 1 prices. How about that? And you can be in the building with the hedge fund guys. I'm just saying. They got the penthouse upstairs, and they made a special penthouse for them. How crazy is that? On the 14th floor. Not really penthouse, but I don't know, they got an extra 800 square feet to give them a terrace. I don't know how they pull that off, but they did it. They got it. It's showing $342,900 is what it's going to cost them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, enough. 3 hours, 41 minutes. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you for my overexcitement about Larimar, knowing that they are approved to do damage in the city. And thank you so much for your support, everybody with the icon. I love you guys. Thank you so much for everything. And hopefully you'll see us again on Monday night at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And with all that said, please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, and that's why we have to get that duffel bag of cash right now. Deploy it the best way you can. Buy assets while they're cheap over the next 18 months now. I'm including a house as an asset because when they reverse and reduce interest rates, automatically you get that free equity because you can buy more house when you reduce the interest rate. So that's when it becomes an asset. But normally I don't like it because you are paying for your house. In this case, you can pay for your house, but now exponentially the value goes up, and now you can take out 200, 300,000 in a few years, 2 years possibly, and use that to create more wealth. Not to go buy cars, not to go buy boats, motorcycles, clothes, jewelry, and all that. No, invest it into another asset that gives you a return. All right, that's the idea. You guys know the mantra. Buy a house late 2024. 2 years later, after the Fed starts, 50 points every 3 months, it'll be down to 5, 4. Home prices will start escalating. You get to win. All right, 3 years, 3.5 years, you get to win. Then you go buy your other assets. And then from that point on, you try to do everything along those lines, limit the liabilities, and therefore you're in the SSN lifestyle for life. And then become an SSN lifestyle member. That would even be better, because then that would be awesome for life. Because you guys, there's a big world out here. There's lots of things that people would like to do, but they feel they can't do it. And quite naturally, you're not in a position, because sometimes you have to know people, right? So not too many people in Hollywood is a closed kind of community. And so when they do things, it's like, okay, we will do this and we'll do that. We'll invite these people. We'll invite these people. So it's hard to actually do things that you see. You're like, man, I'd like to go do that. But who do you know? Just can't get in, right? So luckily for you, I know a lot of people. So you guys are going to take a little journey and we're going to do the SSN lifestyle. And I highly advise that you guys get on that train, because there's things that you guys may not even think about, and then you'll have fun. That's all I can say. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, stay safe. Victor Marrero, you and the wife, family, be good in the DR. Everyone else, have a good night's sleep. And watch for some videos I'm about to drop over the weekend, please. I rarely do that. I'm even going to drop one on Sunday. Who cares? Even though it's football, still going to drop something. And I'm going to keep dropping a lot of things, because there's a lot to talk about, like the CPI. I haven't dropped a video about that yet. Letting people know it's not the end of the world, but the end of the world means you better get extra streams of revenue in. I'm giving you vehicles to do that, but you're going to have to actually spend a little to make it happen. So all I'm going to say is keep doing it, but don't sleep. Don't rest on your laurels, because whatever you think you have right now, it's going to get worse potentially. And I'm just going to say this: doomsday report. As far as I'm concerned, I'm thinking it's 1929 to 1932. That's what's happening. This is 1929. Next year is 1931. All right. Or 1930, sorry. And that's where I think this is heading personally. And since you don't have to believe me, but I would at least don't just throw caution to the wind and say, forget about it. Just look at numbers, look and see what's going on, then go back to 1929, 1930 and find out what led up to it. Do a little research. And then you're going to see certain things, right? You guys heard me mention it before, where I said, hey, they had this thing with tariffs, right? And so did we, right? 2016, and even right now, overboard tariffs, 5% to 25%. They did isolationism in the 1920s. They said, we don't need the world. We don't need to trade with you guys. So that meant they can't buy just what I'm talking about. You guys have to understand that ecosystem is major. So when you guys may not equate what I'm referring to when I'm talking about these real estate projects, and when they say, we're not going to allow anybody off the street to come here, only owners and people that rent to those people, you just can't roll in and use our beach or use our fitness centers or use our sports centers. That is isolationism, and that is no good when the only people that's going to be paying for those services are going to be owners and guests. And now you're not going to have any outside money. Now, if you consider guest as outside money, that's yet to be determined, because this little piddly $25, $50 a person to get in, I'm like, that's not going to hold up when the complex is costing millions of dollars every month. I'm just like, we need thousands of people coming in here using their money to pay, where we can get extra tax revenues, extra money for people that live here, all this, and reduce the cost and the burden to the homeowners. So this is why isolationism never works. So you have to understand, this is what America did. This is that all this war, the tariff wars, not only with China, with our allies, even with Canada, with dairy products and all that. And you guys are like, why did our prices all go up? Well, if you have a tariff war with like 20 countries, you change NAFTA, you take us out of the TPP, and now Asia is all in flux. All of a sudden, it's not just 2 or 3 countries, it's like 25, 30 countries, and the prices of everything went up, whether it's 3%, 5%, or 10, or 25 in some cases. So we did the same thing. We also printed money for the last 13 years. That's why it's called the Roaring 20s. They did the same thing. Except back then, the country had a smaller GDP. So the fact that we now have a GDP that's, we're negative 34, $35 trillion by real numbers. It's actually more than that because we have derivatives. But once you realize it's the exact same thing, the only thing different is they think they're smarter, but they're not. You can't just keep printing, and you can't allow banks and corporations to keep printing money, like giving them money out of thin air. You can't do that. And so they're still doing it right now. They haven't stopped. This is why the inflation numbers aren't going down. And that's why people don't understand. So I'm going economics on us tonight late. So once you understand how the economics work, now you understand why you just sit there and laugh. It's like you are still printing money. The only way inflation is going to stop anytime soon, you would have to stop giving money freely and printing it out of thin air. They won't do that because then their friends, it's like just like you losing a job and all of a sudden you have no income coming in. That's what would happen with them. That's what it's like. We're not giving you any free money anymore. So you're going to have to make the money, earn the money the old-fashioned way, profits. They don't have profits. They borrow money. And because they have revenues coming in to pay back all that borrowed money, it's just a circle. And without them borrowing money and being able to make maneuvers like buying up shares of stock or buying up other companies so you get extra profit from that company you just bought up that you overpaid for because you had free money virtually, you just printed money again and it's still circulating. That's inflation. And they won't stop. And they're sitting there acting stupid, acting like, oh, wow, we don't understand why inflation isn't dropping down after we did a 1%, after we did 0.75, after we've done all this. That's the reason, ladies and gentlemen. And they lied to us a year ago and said they're not going to do it anymore. They're still doing it. So don't expect inflation to go down. You might go 8.2. It might go 7.5. Their target is 2%, 2.5. How are they going to get down to 2.5? They can raise it up again. They don't have the guts to raise it up 2% in the next 2 months. That would just blow the doors off everything. That stocks would be like another 20% down, and nobody would be able to get loans either. They would lock up the loan market, so that's why they can't do it. You see why they have to go slow? So therefore, jobs are going to be lost. Even a hurricane in Florida and South Carolina coming ashore, jobs were lost, homes were lost. So just keep all this in mind. So this is why it's going to be a rough ride. So that's why we got to get our duffel bag of cash. That's why I've been sitting here saying an opportunity like the NFT and DEX box, those are some things, if you have the extra money, that's where you should be in. So that can help you out. So that's my little rant at the end of tonight on a Friday night, because I'm awake and I'm excited about the Larimar and the cruise on land. And so thank you so much. All right. Walt Lewis, welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And he says, good night, SSN. Good night to you. Ice Crushed, natural resources. Exactly, Ice Crush. That's what you got to put your money into. Real businesses, natural resource businesses. You're on the right track. Commodities, things that is going to be used till the end of our lifetimes. EV vehicles. Don't be confused, ladies and gentlemen. You still have to have electricity to charge them. You still have to have electricity, right? There's no way around it. Now, I will say this. Because America has this imperialistic view and exceptionalism, thinking they're the best, I just want to know, speaking of EV vehicles, how come they don't have the EV track for the battery power like they do in Sweden? Some of you may be saying, what's he saying? What I'm saying is, Sweden, they actually have already started laying down tracks in the road that charges your electric vehicle while you're driving. You know, that stuff they've been talking about in America for the last 15 years, putting it in the cement and doing all this other crazy. It's already happening, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Just letting you know, we're not ahead of anybody. We're just basically not allowed to have the technology here. That's literally what it is. There's other countries that already have this well underway. They already have battery swaps in China. Just like roll in, roll out, 5 minutes later, you just swapped it up. That's an option. That's a NEO thing. So I'm just saying, we're not actually ahead. using electrical grid, which is already needs infrastructure, where are you going to get that money from? You got to print money out of thin air, ladies and gentlemen. Inflation means it's going to go up still. Are you getting the picture yet? Until they stop printing money and stop having to do all this stuff that they should have been doing, instead of sending money to Israel, for instance, maybe you should build some infrastructure for the power grid. Just a thought. All right. There we go. There's my rant on a late night Friday night. But I want to thank everybody for being here once again. And with all that said, you guys stay safe because it's going to get worse out here. Protect yourself. Be safe. Be smart. Pay attention to where you're at. You know, grub, guns. You guys know how it goes. Bullets. Get them because they're flying off the shelves. I'm just saying that too. All right, let's get out of here, shall we? And with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, keep your head up. Keep moving. And I'm out.